who are we? We are Power Word Play. And this is our version of Princes of the Apocalypse. We are about to get the scoop from our own contestants about what happened last week. Everybody, this is going to be anonymous. So just going to be the reporter and the interviewee. So cameras down. Cade.
Yeah.
How are you today, Cade?
I'm good.
So tell me, what's the truth with the chicken?
Oh, well. It spooked. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't expecting it to run so fast. It was like a lot. But sometimes you just feel like catching a chicken. And sometimes you fail at catching a chicken.
All right. Wise words. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Boom. Tell me, how do you really feel about having another artificer in the party?
I'm not sure, actually. I like to blow shit up, and I don't think she quite leans that way. But I'm excited to see where it goes.
Okay, all right. We'll keep an eye on this development and process. Thank you, Dr. Boom.
Anytime.
How about we switch over to Faye now? Faye.
Hi.
Hi. Do you actually understand anything of what happened last week?
I mean, yeah. I smelled some good stuff, and I had some cheesy bread, and then we fought a bear, but he just ran away.
Thank you, Faye. Thank you. Yvain, you're up. So, we heard one side of this conversation. How do you feel about having another artificer in a group?
I mean, Dr. Boom is an old friend. It's been a while since I've seen him, but, he sometimes needs to get reeled in a little bit if he's going kind of booming happy. But for now, he's good.
All right. We'll keep an eye on this. Thank you, Yvain. And last but not least, our Fearbulk friend. Hi, hello. How do you feel about being sort of the mother of this group?
I think I'm exhausted already, and we've only had one fight.
He's muted.
Is not muted. His phone.
No, but it's good that we have confirmation that other contestants cannot hear what is being said. Perfect. Thank you. All right, may I have everybody return to the island, please?
Never mind. I didn't realize everybody else was muted.
You can turn your camera back on, Dr. Boom. Right.
I'm new to this.
This is why we are practicing. All right. Your secrets have been locked away in the vault, and we will count up our polls at the end of the show. All right. Thank you. All right. With that, we're just going to dive right back in. Where last we left off, you guys had just finished looting some corpses and putting out a small forest fire that you unintentionally started. And we're going to fast track a little bit and say that you guys are on your way back to Red Larch. What's the game plan, guys?
I think we're going to try to go back and collect the bounty.
Okay. You are dragging a human behind you. Did you... What is your intent to prove that you killed these bandits? Is it just the one that you left alive? Is he your proof? Did you do anything else?
What did we find in the vaulty thingy? You can show him that too.
Yeah, we found the stuff that they stole.
Right.
Except for there was large amethyst missing from pile. I don't know what happened to it.
All right, so you guys make your way back now. I have labeled the map so everybody can see the kettle path. Yes, thumbs up for can see labels. Perfect. It takes you about 20-30 minutes because you're dragging an unconscious body at only 25 feet per 6 seconds. So it takes a bit of time. But you eventually make your way back the kettle path and turn right onto the long road and immediately take another right into the rows of shops that belong to the butcher. And you make your way in, and standing behind the counter once more are a couple of, we'll call them like deputy constables, hammering away at now like a hog's head, just like yakking it into pieces. And the woman is still working away on her ham. There is a horrible smell in the air. And these 3 people have their noses plugged with tissues.
What?
Was
What
that you?
You know what? I think I
Smells
left
like
something
farts.
here. And I will go over in the corner and I will pick up my little fart marble and be like, "Oh look, I was looking for this." And I'll turn it off.
Well, they look up when the door. I'm going to say they have a little bell that jingles a little bit. And the woman looks up and she has an eye on you as you walk over and know exactly where this little marble is. And she throws you the stankiest eye. If it could cause damage, you would be inflamed. And she out.
What?
Out.
I didn't mean to drop it.
Out.
All right,
I
I'll go outside.
lost 5 pounds of good meat from that smell. Out.
Just saying, maybe next time you should be a little friendlier to those who decide to come in and get work from you. I'll be outside.
Evane will just push Dr. Boom out the door as
I'm
he's
going.
saying this.
And I'm gonna go out and just light up a cigar and sit on the front stoop.
Okay.
Apologies.
I have tissues in my nose because of that man. I haven't been able to breathe for about 2 hours.
That's a very
So what
smart
you're-
trick.
So what you're saying is that you have discounted meat.
No, I had meat that I had to throw away in a dumpster in the back. If you want some, please help yourself. It would please me greatly.
It probably tastes like shit.
I mean, does fire not cure like everything?
Okay, no.
Out.
Can we talk to the constable?
Out.
Can we talk to him outside?
Oh, my husband?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll send him out. Please leave.
Thank you.
Man.
We're going.
We joined Dr.
She-
Boom outside.
She shakes her head and the door shuts. And she actually, a couple of you notice out of the corner of your eye that she gets up and actually walks your direction. And then there's a sound as she locks the door. She then turns around and about 3 to 5 minutes later, coming out of an adjacent building to the one that you are sitting outside, comes the constable. Let's see. He is Harburg. I remember my own notes. Harburg, Tuthermarler. Yep,
Marilla.
got it
That's
in
all I got
one.
written down.
Yep, perfect. Glad we're all on the same page. Harburg comes out, and you notice that as he's leaving this building, there's like a visible puff of cold air that follows him, and then he shuts and seals the door very tightly. And then he takes a long, like 2x4 board and puts it down as like a barricade across so it can't be opened outward. And then he wipes his hands off on his jeans and he comes over. You live.
Yeah, I told you we could do it.
Oh, you've even gone and done it. I just assumed you went to go get a drink and came back thinking I'd be fooled.
Whoever is carrying the body or like our prisoner, I'm assuming it's Kesem. Vane kind of gestures to Kesem to drop him in front of Harburg.
No, it's the little halfling off to
Cade.
the side,
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's me.
dragging a human cape.
This guy didn't stand a chance. And then I drop him.
He makes sort of a thunking and rolling noise as he lands on the ground, kicks up a little bit of dust. And Harburg sort of looks down confusedly and looks back up at you all and looks back down and goes, huh. And he brings his foot forward and with his toe, he like kicks the head's face to the side so he can get a look at the features.
Oh, that will break. No,
What?
magic knocked him out. It's no big deal.
I'm not gonna hurt him. Just wanted to know if he's one of our regulars. I don't recognize him. Where'd you find him?
Where you told us we'd
I
find
wish
him.
that
Oh, so this is the band from Kettle.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. I believe you said north. What you said.
Well, Kettle's west.
We went west.
You see, that's the sun, right? And most people use it to navigate.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, you got one. Good job.
we got several. This one we just brought.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. You're stuttering. What'd you say?
We got a whole bunch, but we brought this one back.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, where are the others?
They're dead.
I mean, did you really want us to drag maimed body parts through your town? I mean, we can, but I don't believe that's the kind of butcher shop you run. At least I hope not. Because you will not be in business very long.
No, sir. We do not butcher humanoids here in this particular establishment.
Well, this is good, because we can do business with you. We killed the rest of the bandits. They are back there. You can investigate the camp for yourself. We did return some of the stolen goods as well.
You brought some of their stuff back. Well, we can work with that.
What we found.
What'd you
yes.
find?
Where'd it
There
go?
was a little black frog.
Mm-hmm. There was also an emerald that we found. Their crossbows, daggers, hand axes. There was a net, some crossbow bolts, obviously, that with the crossbows, and then we had some loose change on them as well.
All right. Well, it'd be easier for me to get reimbursement from the county, you understand, if I had the actual bodies. I could send, a hand back, but
Oh, I could go get a hand.
Hey, please, no.
I could like run right out there and
you do whatever you want to do, little thing. That's fine. But I can make this work, provided you hand over everything.
I mean, not to point out the flaw in your logic, but how are you to know that the hand we bring you is not the hand of someone we just butchered on the street? Wouldn't it make more sense to go to the actual bandit camp to see the state of the
I work
devastation?
2 full-time jobs. I do not have time. This is why I sent you all. This is why I contracted out to begin with. Don't have time to run down the road, check out a bandit camp, make sure you guys finish the job properly, and come back.
I mean, this guy's still alive, so you could just interrogate him.
That's what I'm fixing to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be needing their weapons. I got a trunk inside. You can pop them in. And
Okay.
he looks over and goes to open up the door and sees that it's locked.
Your wife doesn't like me very much. She'll block us out.
He
Apparently,
knocks on
there
the
was
door and looks in
an
the
odd
window,
stench or
and his
something.
wife goes, "Ah, you can just leave them here, and I will transport them inside."
Are you sure I could always just like open the door for you?
Please do not. I would have to write you up for public, I don't know, door breakage, I suppose.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'd really rather not. I already got 2 drunks hanging. I don't need a 3rd one today. It's fine.
Evane will take out all of the weapons and hand them back to the constable.
Okay. So all of the weapons back?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this little frog you found?
I mean, we don't know what it is.
But it's not yours, right?
Right.
Yeah, everything you found in the pile, please.
Right.
I have to write a report, and I have to include everything you found.
Faye pulls out the frog and looks at it and looks at the constable and just goes, "Here you go." But like doesn't let go, just like holds it out for him to like come and take it from her because she doesn't want to give it to him.
He gives you the side eye. Thank you.
Bye,
He pulls his
Froggy.
hand back. And just like tosses it into the pile next to him without a care. All right, so how much are you giving him back?
So far, we've given him the frog and the 4 light crossbows, the 6 daggers, 2 hand axes. I'm assuming the 80 bolts and the net.
Mm-hmm.
He has not asked for the jade ring or any of the money yet.
Well, you did mention the coin.
Yeah.
So he's waiting for that specifically.
We'll give him the 99 copper and 10 silver.
All right, so this was everything?
Mm-hmm.
It's everything we found.
All right, can I get a deception check from the 2 people who just spoke?
Yep.
Oh God.
Haha, bitchin'. That's a 17.
Okay. And just a reminder, we're trying to say our rolls out loud. So,
Oh,
Will
sorry.
got
I
a
got
3.
a 3.
So he's he's looking at Evane and okay, and then out of the corner of his eye, he sees Dr. Boom sort of a little bit more wide-eyed than he naturally is, and zeroes in on that. Got something you want to tell me, friend?
No, this is just a brand of cigar I've never tried before. It is a little rough.
Uh-huh. Well, what brand you smoking?
It is. I bought it here down the street. Hogshead. It honestly tastes like shit.
Roll deception one more time.
Got a -1 on my deception. A 2.
He sort of walks and leans to the side and looks at the label and goes, "Those can be found most anywhere." And like
Well,
waves the smoke away.
it is a
What
new
else
habit.
did you find?
I didn't find it.
Okay,
All right.
we found 10 more silver than what we said. And she hands over 10 more silver.
You see, that's it.
All right. Now roll persuasion with advantage because you're helping.
Me or her?
No, Evane.
Natural
Good.
20 on the first one.
Okay.
So 21. Wait, persuasion. 1 sec. Yeah, 21.
Okay. He's keeping his eyes on Dr. Boom and just shaking his head. Reaches out, grabs the 10 silver, and tosses it in the pile. You can't pull a fast one over me. I see everything. This is my town. I'm going to need a bit more respect from you and your companions. You can't come in here and lie to the constable. Doesn't look good, friend.
We understand.
I also understand that my friends and I went out of our way and put ourselves in harm's way and in danger. Nearly died for you and your city folk because you will not go 2 miles out of town and take out a bandit camp. That is the problem. So
Evane
You're right.
bumps him.
I'm just gonna
You're
put that
right.
out there. So
But don't lie to me and tell me it was for me or my town. You did it for the reward.
I did.
Oh,
That is
And he just
true.
shakes his head. And he turns and he knocks on the door again. And one of the under constables comes over and unlocks the door and helps him pull all the items in. But as the door opens, a big plume of noxious gas comes out. And they all.
And I have a slight smile around my cigar.
Honey, why don't we open a window? Yeah. I'll be right back. And it comes in, shuts the door, gets locked behind him again. And a couple minutes later, he comes back out, and he's actually carrying like the entire bottom half of the till that they use. And he's standing. He cracks open the door, and he's standing at. All right, that's 10 for you. 10 for you. And gives everybody 10 coin.
Including the one that is sleeping currently in the backpack.
I'm sorry, what?
He got nervous. He's a little spooked. He's not coming out right now.
Does Stack get coins?
Yeah.
You expect me to pay a sleeping child?
Not
He's
a
the one that
child.
killed no, he was really good in the fight. He deserves some money too.
Yeah, he did damage.
I mean, I
Alright.
can hold on to it if you want until he wakes up.
No, that's fine. All right.
Excuse me.
Sure.
I can hold on to it until he wakes up. Thank you.
Doesn't he usually hold on to your money though?
Yes, indeed.
This isn't my problem. Just take his share.
Yep.
Evane will start
Pleasure
to
doing
grab
business.
it. Evane will start to grab it, and then when Cade says that, we'll hand it over with a look.
Okay.
Do you have any more jobs for us, Constable?
Not at the moment. I mean, there's all sorts of. Everybody in town is going to be wanting you to do something. But paying work that I have, no.
Well, let us know if Grimjaw comes around at all. Or you have a recent sighting, please. We can help you with that now.
Yes, I'm sure you can. Thank you. Just shuts the door.
Okay, so we have a little bit more gold now. Is
I
there any?
think
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's time to celebrate your first fight.
That is the best thing I've heard all day.
Like, we're terrible people. What did we just lied to Law?
Kessim, it's fine. We need money.
Faye, you notice out of the corner of your eye that one of the windows to this meat shop is opened, and there's now a guy standing there with like a big pan, just waving air out of the room.
I don't know about
I
you.
took the fart bomb out when I left, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to smell this stinky place anymore. Can we go celebrate somewhere else?
Where's a good bar around here, Dr. Boom?
Over this way. I don't know where it's at on the map there.
Yeah.
It was this building, right?
Yeah, the
Just pointed
one
out
that
last
We're
time.
currently here.
Yes, you are currently in a little off street that has about 4 buildings that are all interconnected off of the long road. If you go north on the long road, about halfway down on the left-hand side, I'll ping it for you, is the Swinging Sword. That's where Bjorn currently has his room. And directly across the street at the corner is the Helm, which is Helm at High Sun, which
That's right.
is a more rowdy establishment.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something with a lively crowd, then the Helmet High Sun would be the place to go. But I prefer a little bit, believe it or not, a little quieter atmosphere. I'm staying at the Swinging Sword myself.
Well, we should take a break. We just got out of a, tense situation. Maybe we go to a more quiet location first.
Agreed. Follow me, and I'll
Okay.
lead him to the Swinging Sword.
Okay. It's about a 15-minute walk. Not very far. You get up and you see there is a about 10-foot long wooden scimitar hanging from a post outside, and on the words painted in red, like running blood, is the name Swinging Sword. It is a large 3-story building that from the outside looks rather interesting due to basically the sheer number of chimneys that it has. There's tons of smoke billowing out of the top of this building. It also has an inn, a yard at the back for stables. There's a few mounts back there. You can hear braying of horses, a couple of donkeys. There's a mastiff running around. And as soon as you enter, it gives you this feeling of warmth. It's very rustic. It's a home away from home for a lot of travelers. Very welcoming. It's a bit luxurious. There's a lot of fur rugs hanging around, beautiful tapestries on the wall. Off to the right is a large dining parlor. Not very rambunctious. There's a number of people, but most of them are, it's almost like a high tea sort of setting, quietly sharing gossip. And directly in front of you is the little check-in stand and a flight of stairs that lead up.
Is there music playing?
No, not currently.
I recommend they have a very good chowder here that they make. The bartender's wife is a lovely woman. I will go in and walk up to the bar and order a drink and a cup of chowder.
Okay. So behind the bar is a human woman that you recognize. Darker skin. She has long dreads. You know her as Kaylessa Urkel. She's the proprietor of this location. You come over and she gives you a very friendly, welcoming smile. What would you like to drink today, Sir Bjorn?
I will have a glass of wine.
Sure. Red or white?
Red, of course. I like it sweet.
Of course. She reaches over and she says, I hope that this complimentary glass will make up for the fact that we do not have chowder currently. And there's a bit of a blush that spreads across her cheeks. She goes, you may have missed it earlier today, but we had another kitchen fire. Glass is on me. Huh?
A kitchen fire. Another one. What? If you mind, what happened?
Oh, they happen all the time. Just too many chimneys, not enough places for it to go. Costs money for repair work, you know.
I lean over to Bjorn and say, we really need to make that fire extinguisher.
Yes, I agree. Also, we might be able to make some extra coin if we can fix their smoke problem.
Yeah?
Remind me to talk to you later, ma'am. My friend and I here may be able to solve your problem with the chimneys.
Oh. Oh, well, that would be lovely. Thank you. I mean, we've been having kitchen fires for over 150 years, but if you think you can solve the problem, that'd be lovely.
I might give it a shot.
Well, would anybody else care for a delightful beverage this early evening?
A glass of white wine, please.
Of course, of course. For the lady?
Water?
Yes, certainly. Certainly. And who might you be?
Kessim. Not from around here.
Yeah, please don't take this the wrong way, but I've never seen anyone like you before. I love the ears.
Thanks.
She passes you a cool glass of water.
You got anything fancy? For celebrating?
Oh, a celebration! Yes, of course. Here, she looks under her counter and she pulls out this is our sparkling cider, made from the freshest of raspberries.
Ooh,
Would
sounds
you care?
yummy. Yes, please.
Of course, of course. And for you, young one.
I lift myself up onto the stool so that I can see over the bar. I would like ale, please.
He looks at Bjorn and Yvain and says, "What would you like her to have?"
Apple juice would be good for my friend here.
Certainly. Glass
I
of
also
apple
get a-
juice.
Could I get a glass of ale as well, please?
I don't think that and the white wine will go together very well, but of course, of course.
Thank you.
Pours you from on tap. A tankard of ale.
Yvain looks at Cade and kind of winks. Okay. How much?
Oh, 4 silver for the lot.
Okay. Yvain will give 4 silver.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you guys be interested in lodging for the evening?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, we have a number of rooms available, all with their own privy, of course. Or we have our sleep cheap rooms on the top floor, which will fit 6 of you. Bjorn is already paid through for the week, so what will the rest of you have?
Faye looks.
Forgive me, 2 silver for the night.
Faye looks to Yvain and goes, "Well, what do you want to do?"
We can split a room, couldn't we?
Sure, yeah, that sounds like a plan. One
got you,
room for
Kate.
us, please.
Yeah. I'll stack and I can like share a bed. So they're people sized.
And I would offer to let you stay with me, but I don't think there's quite room for you. You're pretty large, Kessin. No offense.
I got the halflings.
All right, so I'll bring you 2 keys then. Yes,
Thank you.
lovely. And she goes away. She stopped a couple of times by a few other patrons. Some of them talk to her for a moment, and she smiles brightly, seems very cheerful. One of them stops her and whispers something. Hey, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Can we be heading over to kind of a table to sit down as well?
7.
All right. So you see that the lips are moving, but you can't make out what it is that's being said. But the response that comes from Kaylessa is a very severe looking face, and like her arm moves down in a negative motion. And then she continues onward, seemingly to go fetch you guys some keys. Certainly, you may help yourself to a table. There's a couple of them. It isn't a very large parlor. There is a stage for where music could be performed, but it seems like it may not be late enough in the day yet. It's still about 5, 6 o'clock. Conversely, though, you can hear from across the street there's quite a bit of noise. None of it is music so much as just rowdy laughter and like group sung songs.
Kessim is talking into her backpack. We're back in town now. Would you like to come out? Are you sure?
Yeah, he gets
Okay.
he gets into those moods sometimes. I plot myself directly next to Yvain, which is a very funny height difference.
Yes, it is.
Yvain will kind of push the tankard of ale towards Cade and say, "Here you go."
Thanks.
And I'll
Oh.
sit down across from him and push the apple juice forward. Here you go, my friend.
Thanks.
The
I'm just like
chaser, right?
double fisting.
That was my intent all along.
Yeah, it's like making your own apple cider.
It's
You
a good
see,
idea.
you see Yvain she pulls out her notebook and she starts to scribble down some doodles and drawings. You can tell that she's kind of trying to think about how she could create a machine that would extinguish fires like on their own, like what that would take and kind of the logistics of that.
Okay, certainly. What do those doodles look like?
So there's kind of a satchel in a way, but it looks more kind of boxy, like a metal piece. And there's a long kind of cylinder hose in a way that's off of it. Um, she's kind of doodling some little formulas next to, like, underneath
Okay.
the drawing itself.
Okay. So you guys enjoy your beverages, I hope, for a few more minutes, and Kaylissa comes back and plops 2 keys down on the table, along with a wooden, about 2 by 3 foot wooden block, like a 2 by 2 by 3 block, and she says, "For the young one," and then hurries away. To tend to some other guests.
I look at Cade and say, "Do you, that's you don't want that, right?"
No.
Okay.
No, don't want it. No.
Kate's eyes above the table.
Yeah. I am very
Sometimes
stubborn.
Bjorn is really amused.
Faye turns to him and just goes, sometimes if you sit on your knees, you look taller. That helps me sometimes.
You could also sit on the block. It might lift you up a little bit.
Nope. I refuse.
Would be more comfortable.
We're adventurers. We don't need comfort.
Suit yourself, kiddo.
I wouldn't say that.
Of
I jest. It is all in good fun.
course it is. I know
Let
where
us
you
drink.
sleep.
My door is locked at all times.
How thick is your door? Because any
Thick it-
door is open if you try hard enough.
This is true. But it is not always wise to break into a door in a room full of explosive things. I'm just saying.
That's
But
true.
you do you.
I don't know. I'm not the one that put them there.
It is all in good fun. But let us drink. Let us celebrate our victory.
Faye puts up her
Cheers.
glass to cheers. And she takes a sip. And goes, it's like sparkling, but it's in your mouth, and it's like, it's fun. And she hands it to you, Vane, to take a sip.
She'll take the glass and smell the fresh raspberries and take a sip. It is like fireworks in your mouth. That's nice.
It's fun.
I feel like I have had enough to where I'm going to dump the rest of the ale into the apple juice glass so that no one notices.
Okay.
I like it.
And have a
For
nice little
shits and
mixture.
giggles, please make me a sleight of hand.
Cool. That's a 12.
Okay. You slop a bit over, and it's a bit messy, but yeah,
Me holding
nobody
a
is
tankard.
frowning overtly at you.
Tankard's like this big.
Hey, Dr. Boom, what do you think about this? And Evane starts to show kind of her drawing that she's been doing.
I think it is a very good idea. But I'm concerned about the power source. How would you power it?
I mean, if you think about it, you could put water in there and then almost like have a pump to try to get it out, but that's not necessarily, you'd have to refill it at some point. It's not this, forever powered device.
This is true, but it is better than what they have. I believe she was using bucket earlier.
So what would be the difference? But it's just a bucket with a pump. A bucket would probably be a little bit better for urgency
Yes,
purposes.
but if they were able to put wheels on this, and it could be a large container that they could move.
Evane
Less
subtly
trips to the
adds
well,
wheels to her
They were there the whole
drawing.
time. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe there's something like an alchemist would know that maybe could put out fire or something like that. We could maybe go talk to somebody.
I have a little experience with alchemy, but it is more, let's be honest, it is more for
It's the
blowing shit up.
opposite direction of where we want to go.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have heard of alchemist frosts, but I do not know how to make it. I don't know if it'd be very effective or cost effective for the inn either. It is a little expensive to make.
Well, you've heard of Smokey the Owl Bear.
Who is that?
I have not, actually.
He teaches children about how to prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent fireballs.
I never learned that as a child.
And neither have I.
He's a lovable owl bear that teaches children to build safe fires and not during dry season.
In my
Aren't owl
experience,
bears not nice?
This
yes,
is
in my experience, they are quite vicious creatures.
just normally, but they needed, something for the kids.
Owl
It's
bears
teaching them
aren't
the wrong lesson.
owl bears aren't really kid friendly in the first place, so that's an odd choice, but I like the sentiment.
I don't know. I think all owl bears are friendly. Like that chicken. That chicken was kind of friendly. It was just spooked.
Chickens are very different than owl bears.
Yes, an owl bear could fit all of you in its mouth. It's not the place you want to be.
Thank
I
you
can
for that
fit-
visual.
I could fit a lot of things in my mouth, but that doesn't make me mean.
And it's
Everyone
about that
resisted.
time. There's a rather loud thunking sound, and a couple of you whip your head to the side and see that a couple of patrons are arguing under their breath, seemingly very heatedly. And one of them was so impassioned that they hit their tankard on the table and leans forward and points at the other. And the other's and for this rather relaxed environment that you've been in, it's very out of place. So they're not loud enough for you to overhear what it is that they're saying.
Think we should leave them alone.
That's no fun, Kesem.
We're here.
We could just go, like, stand really close to them and maybe we'll hear what they're fighting about.
That's a little too obvious, Faye.
Well,
Here's the thing.
we could dance. We could pretend we're dancing.
We could also
mean-
go and get another drink and try to see if we can hear it.
That's smart. Let's do that.
Actually, Yvain, I have. You give me an idea. Not so much about the fire extinguisher, as you call it, but I would like to go look at the fireplaces. Let's go get a drink and see if his bartender will let us take a look.
Anyone want to come?
I'm gonna keep an eye on Stack. He's still not coming out of the backpack.
Evane will look to see him in the backpack and kind of like pat his head a little bit and just say, "Rest up, buddy."
Okay, so Elaine and Dr. Boom are headed off back to the bar counter, it sounds like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I try to listen to see if I can pick up what they're arguing about on the way over?
Same here.
Yeah. It's a bit out of the direct path back towards the countertop, but you can like finagle and wind your way back. So I will let one of you make perception with advantage because you're both doing it.
Go for it.
I mean, do you have any pluses or is it just straight?
I'm a +4.
You go for it then, because I'm straight 0.
Okay. 24.
Yeah!
With a crit. Natural 20.
Woo!
So there's two humans at this table. They appear to be a little bit, they're tipsy. They're not fully intoxicated, but they're tipsy. And as you pass, you hear one of them say, "Nuh-uh, you didn't stay the full night. You don't get the 5 gold." Another one leans in and says, "Well, that's I stayed most of the night. That's not. You said I just had to stay the night. You didn't say how long." And the other one's, "Nuh-uh, you didn't stay until the sun came up. I'm keeping my money." And the other one like leans forward and like grabs his shirt and he says, "There was a ghost. I wasn't gonna stay the full night." And then you make your way up to the counter. At which point, Kaylisa is there again. She's cleaning and tidying up a bit. But she hears you approach and she looks over her shoulder. "Ah, another round?"
Yes, but
Yes.
can we go to the fireplaces first, potentially? Just to look.
Preferably
Oh.
one that does not have a flame. I don't want to stick my head into fire.
No, I would strongly advise against that. Yes. Certainly. The kitchens are right this way. I mean, it's a bit sooty. You might want to cover your face a bit.
Is no problem.
Here. And she
And I'll pull
pulls
up.
a towel cloth and hands it over.
Okay.
Actually, let me dampen those first. And she pulls them back and runs some water over it and gives them back. Right this way. She motions. You pass through a couple of rooms. One looks to be like it's just a small seating area with a small pianoforte in the corner. There's another room that appears to be just for reading. There's a small little library of sorts with a sign that says pick one up, put one back. And then you pass through a hallway and then you get back to the kitchens. And there's a row of about 4 different fireplaces, and they all funnel up together into one output chimney that leads up. And from where you are standing, it looks like this chimney is not on an exterior wall of the building.
Okay. So what I'm in real world terms, what I'm looking for
Sure.
is to see if these chimneys have a flue, because from my knowledge of old history, I don't think they had flues back then. So I would be trying to see if they have it, and my idea is to make something to regulate the amount of smoke and heat.
Okay. They absolutely do not have a flue. They've never heard the word flue before. You say it and they say bless you, I guess. They have no idea what you're talking about. But you can see nobody has cleaned this chimney in quite a while. You cannot see straight through to the sky. There is either something blocking the passage, or a combinations of things, or this chimney is has a horizontal 90-degree angle that it takes. Something weird is going on where there's not a straight airflow from this kitchen to outside of the house.
Okay. So I will pop my head back out to Evane. Well, the problem is, first off, there's something in there. It is blocking airflow, which, as you know, causes things to go boom. But I can't quite reach it. I'm not sure what it is.
Can I attempt to try to dislodge it since I'm taller?
You're just going to try and reach in there and try and pull out whatever is blocking the way?
Yeah.
Sure, make an investigation check.
That's a 11.
Okay. Your hand hits something that sort of like crumbles as you touch. You pull it back and it's just covered in soot and grime, and it's mostly blackened now. And it was still a little bit warm, not near. It's not a turned on furnace at the moment. But it's only been cooling down maybe for an hour or two, where like the heat has still seeped into the stonework and is still a bit of a residue behind.
And then from the place that I dragged that from, is it now clear or is it still more the same?
No, you have no idea how far up this chimney goes. You can't see. But whatever you hit did not clear a straight path line out.
If we could somehow find a way to go to the top and look down, maybe we can figure out what is in there.
Evane wants to pull out a small orb and see, and it kind of glows with light, and she wants to try to throw it up as far as she can get it and then have it kind of drop back down to see how far the chimney actually goes up, what the feet is.
Okay, tell me, what's the description of this orb? Like, what is the mechanics of what it does?
So it's kind of like it's a tiny non-magical object that emits a 5-foot radius light. So when I throw it up, essentially it'll, however far I can get it, it'll light up the way and then,
So it's a
come back down.
marble that essentially has a small light spell in it. Okay, sure. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
With your marble.
She did a light versus a fart bomb.
Yes.
I did, yeah. Just like an unarmed strike.
No, it would be like a ranged attack, I guess. Right? I mean, you're throwing something. A throw and attack, technically.
It's a 6.
Okay. You sort of like, and it goes up a couple of feet. And you can now see further because you are a human and you cannot see in darkness whatsoever. But now there's a little bit of a light path. And it goes up maybe your little orb about 10-ish feet before it comes back down. Doesn't hit anything. So for about 10 feet up, there's at least some sort of air flow that can happen. But there are a few pox more of just buildup over time of grime on the inside of this fireplace. And I do want to point out that it's fairly wide because it's 4 chimneys that have come together. So it's about 15 feet wide. And you see that get it up about 10 feet, you can see another 5 from the light and then more darkness. So at least 15 feet up, it is still a vertical path. And for 15 feet, there's no like permanent blockage covering the whole 15-foot radius of this chimney.
Why don't we check from the top?
I agree. In other solution, we could have. I happen to know 2 small people who might be able to crawl through.
But we can get them to crawl in from the top if it's not already blocked up at the top.
Yes, this would be wise.
So we can, why don't we go back and ask if they're willing to do that?
It's no problem. Uh, by the way, thank you for covering for me earlier with the constable.
You said you wanted it, so that's fine. Also, we need money to afford whatever that staff thing we found is. It seemed pretty cool.
Oh yes, but I do not intend to sell this. I'm going to use it for some. I'm going to make something out of it.
Right. And she pulls out the jade ring and she says, "We can sell this."
We can.
She puts it back.
Come, let's go back to our friends.
Okay.
And I'll
This
snag
whole
the
time,
drink that's on the
Kalissa
counter.
has been watching you, just sort of curious. And as you motion that you're headed back, oh yes, this way. And she looks down at a bit of a soot that's there. She's like, "Do you know your way back? Just straight down this hallway."
Thank you.
Okay,
We can
I'm
manage.
just gonna clean this up. Yep. And she
Sorry
pulls
for
out
the
a
mess.
broom.
We want to go.
No, not a problem.
Actually, before we leave, is there somehow a roof access? We would like to look down into your chimney. I believe something may be lodged in there, causing the fires.
Oh, no. So we've sort of expanded this inn over the generations, and we put the hot tubs above the chimney because it kept them warm all the time.
Wait, you the chimney does not go outside the building.
No, that's a waste of heated air.
But that is causing your fires. The smoke must go someplace. If it can't escape,
Yes, it heats the water. It's kind of ingenious.
but
My
it
daddy thought of
causes.
that.
Yes, well, it does heat water, but there are other ways to heat your water. This is causing the smoke to come back in here, which is causing your fires.
Okay. But we're the only ones who have heated hot tubs inside.
If we
And
helped you
it
heat the
kind
hot
of brings
tubs
people.
without getting the smoke, would you reroute the smoke to just go out like it should?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I think we can do this. Thank you very much. And I'll grab my drink and kind of not put my arm around Yvain, but kind of grab her arm and kind of lead her off. And as we're walking
Which
off,
arm?
your good arm, your actual arm.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, I think you and I could make a lot of coin here. The solution seems simple to me, but I'm
I
sure we
mean,
think alike.
yeah, I mean, alchemist fire could be used for not weapons, and you could just use it to heat the hot tub, right?
Well, why would I do that? Uh, he's no, but in all seriousness, the alchemist fire is not permanent. I was thinking if we could make a little coil, copper coil, that heats up and heats water.
We could do
Uh,
that too.
it runs through the heat from the stove. The heat goes into the coil. heats up the water, smoke goes where it's supposed to,
Okay,
and no more problems.
sure. I can start drafting something once we get back to the table.
I like having you around, Evane.
I mean, it's been a while since we've been able to be around each other, so without my parents' eye. So this is great.
It is nice. Let us go drink.
Okay.
Was the other three of you doing anything while this was all happening in the kitchen?
I mean, as soon as the other two left, Faye turns to the both of them and goes, I feel like you guys know each other, but you don't know me. So, hi, I'm going to introduce myself again. I'm Faye, you're Cade, and you're Kesem. Can you tell me, I don't know, tell me a fun fact about yourself?
Well, sometimes I talk to trees.
Do they talk back?
They don't really talk. You more just get a feel for how they're feeling.
Oh, you'll have to show me that sometime.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sometimes I talk to fire, but it doesn't talk back either. But it dances with me.
What do you talk to the fire about?
I don't know, just, life. I ask it to sparkle, and it sparkles.
I
Hey?
do like a sparkle.
I know, you went to find the sparklies.
I did. Why didn't you follow?
She looks down at her. She goes, my feet aren't that great for ladders.
Oh, well, next time just ask and I can give you a boost.
No, my hooves don't do that. But thanks for the offer.
Okay.
So how did you guys meet? I feel like you're she does this and she goes, I feel like you didn't come from the same place.
No,
No.
we didn't.
I mean, technically everybody comes from the same place. But no.
They just looks really confused and it's just like, huh?
We met while traveling here. I was told about this place and trying to figure out what it has to do with the trees.
Yeah.
Nature's upset.
Nature's upset. Is it because we set it on fire?
Well, generally it doesn't like that either, but trees don't worry about small things, especially the really old ones. The really old ones worry about big things, so it's really hard to get them spooked. And they were
Oh.
spooked.
I see.
Like the chicken,
Different than the chicken.
but they're both spooked.
Sure.
Well, whatever brought you here, I'm glad it did.
Yeah, well, Stack and I were on an adventure. And we were definitely not scared at all when a 7-foot thing came out of nowhere. But been very helpful because I don't know. We used to travel with our family a lot, so being out on our own for the first time was not I think we were doing pretty well, but we were doing better when Kesem came. So
You traveled with your family? What does your family do?
well, our family is a family of traveling bards. They perform at a lot of festivals. So
Did they perform in the festival in Uvanestown?
yes.
Yes. I remember. I've been to the festival too. They were so great. I love to dance to their music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
So you were there then?
Oh yeah, I was there. I was not on stage.
So this isn't the first time we met. It's a reunion.
You have a point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too. I would ask Stack some questions, but it looks like he's tired.
Yeah, he gets that way sometimes. He gets really sleepy. We used to play like games where he would read as fast as he could, and I would run as fast as I could, and see who finished first.
I bet you won.
Yes.
How do you win reading fast?
Well, I don't know. Stack made the rules. He just said that I won a lot.
Are you sure he wasn't trying to distract you so he could have reading time?
No, because sometimes when I was in the middle of running, he would ask me what a word was, and then I'd have to run back and tell him what the word was.
Well, that sounds like some sibling friendship.
Yeah. Stack's my friend.
You know, that's just beautiful.
And coincidentally, that's when your two companions enter back into the room. That's funny how that all works out.
Yvain brings back another round for the table.
You would have to do the service yourself because Kaylisa is still sleeping up a little bit from some displaced gunk. But you're can take a couple minutes. It's very nice and organized back there, so it's really easy. Everything's in alphabetical order. So like champagne. See, all right, there you go. I'm able to find everything.
Cool. And then I leave the money on the counter.
Okay.
Question though, did you bring Cade apple juice or ale?
More ale.
See,
I'd
I
rather
like
ale.
her. I like it. It's fun.
I'm not here to spoil. You know, she places the tankard down and says, "I'm not here to spoil your fun. I never was allowed to do this at home, so drink up."
I mean, when you're 28 years old, I feel like you should be able to drink in public, but I mean,
You're clearly, you know, stopped by people who think that you're not 28.
yep.
I think
All
I'm
the
just
time.
spoiled. I think I'm just spoiled by the water at home. This isn't as good.
You should expand outwards then, if that's the case. She'll push
Well,
some white wine towards hers and be like, "You can try it if you want."
oh, okay. Well, that's different.
It's made from grapes, so it's, you know, Bjorn's tends to be a little sweeter than mine. Mine's more crisp.
Yes, would you like to try it? Would you like to try mine? It is
I
different.
think I'm good.
I want to see
More for
Kessam
me then.
sloshed. That'd be fun.
A little bit at a time.
Big, towering 7-foot person.
You're one of the only people that I've met besides my dad that's taller than me, so
To be fair, I'm short for my family, but that's just how we are.
you're short for your family?
Oh yeah,
I'm-
my brother's got nearly another foot on me.
I'm
my
tall for my family.
Goodness. Well, you're taller than Stack, right?
Yeah. Stack is on the shorter side of our family.
I don't know where my genes came from. I'm just tall.
What are jeans?
That's what the constable was wearing earlier. So about
Great.
this time, it's like 6:30 in the evening. The arguing couple have since quieted down. Don't seem to be speaking to each other, but they're no longer under their breath shouting. And Kaylisa eventually comes back out. You guys just want to hang out here for the rest of the evening? What are you doing?
Does Bjorn tell me about what he heard?
Yeah, I mean, when we sit back down, and kind of have our drinks, I'll kind of lean in and say, as we were walking up there, those gentlemen over there that were getting a little animated, I think they found a place nearby that was haunted. They were talking about one there, the other to stay overnight in haunted mansion or something, haunted location, and was making fun of his friend. It may be worth checking out if you're all looking for some more adventure.
What do you think, Faye?
I mean, I'm all up for adventure, but we just had one this morning. So, I don't know about you, but I'd like to figure out what the adventure is and then decide from there if I want to do it right now. Maybe tomorrow.
Well, if it's a ghost, we probably want to go in the night, don't you think?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, that
you're right.
depends.
Well, we should investigate further. Figure out what it is anyway.
I agree.
Yeah. Who was talking about it?
Those
The
guys.
table over there.
And I walked directly over to the table.
Hey, no.
Nice.
Fine. I was going to do that too.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. There is a very obvious awkward tension at this table when you come over. It's a bit uncomfortable. There
Except-
are two human men on the younger side, maybe late teens, early 20s at the most. And they're both sort of like sullenly not looking at each other. And one of them's just sort of like slumped down in the seat holding his tankard. And the other looks very bored and keeps like looking out the window and then like glancing out the corner of his eye back at his friend. And out the window you can see across the street to where the helm is. And he's making no disguise of it that he is judging whether or not he's going to continue to sit here or head across the street.
Hello.
At that, they both like kind of jump and then like look to the left and look to the right. And then one of them finally looks down and like, oh, what?
My friend could not help but overhear that you were talking about spookies and being spooked. So I was wondering, what's the deal?
You say that, and there's another bang on the table as the one that's not speaking says, I wasn't spooked! And the first one just sort of like smirks over at his friend. He's like, yeah, what about it? It's too chicken shit.
I know a lot about spookins and chickens. Anyways.
Well, that's nice for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a skill of mine. Anyways, so where was this spookening happening?
Why, you think you're gonna go and spend the night? He
Yep.
sort of like guffaws. And the
I
friend
think I'll
over
get further than both of you.
the friend across the way leans forward and he's like, listen, you want to go and spend the night in a spooky ass tomb? That's on you, my friend. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. There was a ghost. I saw a ghost. And the one that gentleman A like rolls his eyes. He's like, there's no ghosts. That tomb has been there for forever. Never been a ghost before. Not a ghost now. He just is scared of the dark. It's not a big deal.
Were you in the tomb?
No, but I've stayed outside the tomb before, and there wasn't a ghost.
So like, maybe I'll talk to him. Anyways, what did this ghost look like?
The other one, gentleman B, And like, I don't know. He was tall, and he had a shield.
Did he
And he told me
say?
to leave, so I left.
So he speaks.
Yeah, it was a ghost.
Interesting. I don't know. Sometimes they just go, ooh, you know.
I don't know what ghost you've seen, but this one
I don't
talked.
know. Okay. So you just like hightailed it out of there. You didn't like throw anything at it, or
I only had my bedroll.
yeah.
In fact, if you go back there, can you bring that back?
I will do my best to attempt to bring back your bedroll.
He's gonna insight check you. A 14.
Fascinating. She genuinely believes that she will do her best to attempt to bring back her bedroll.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Will she remember it? Probably not. But right now, sure.
If it's a little wet, it's because it's damp in there.
Ew. Okay, cool. Thanks for the info. I don't know. Go get a drink or something. You guys are depressing me, and then I walk away.
And at that, you hear, no, she said you were depressing her. Dude, it was obviously you. And they just go back to bickering.
Walk back over to the table. See, it's not that hard. You know, people often will talk to you. There's spooky things going on. There's a ghost. This dude totally peed his bedroll when he saw it, and ran away.
I mean,
And
go ahead.
you want to go?
Yeah.
Did you ask them where the tomb was?
No. But there was a guy staring out at the window at something, so I don't know.
Evane gets up and will go over to the table and say, "Excuse me, my friend was just wondering, where is the tomb exactly?"
No, you were the one who was annoying her. Maybe she just leave. Oh my god, Jared, it was you. And you interrupt. And the one now named Jared, because I'm tired of saying A and B, stops himself before he says anything and looks over. Oh, the kid? Oh, yeah, you can tell her it's just right outside of town. It's not far.
Is it
Go,
toward west, east?
down the long road. North a bit. There were some hills. So at this point, Jared is interrupted. He's like, "You don't know what you're talking about." Okay, you go to the hills and then you turn right, and there's this really, really old like stone, and you have to squeeze past the stone to get inside. But it's hidden in the hills. But it's scary.
Okay. Is this
Yeah.
Jared that said that?
No, it's not
The other guy.
Jared. By the way, my name is Steve. Hey, sup?
Evane will kind of give him the look down and be like, "Thank you, Steve," and she'll walk away.
They like break into giggles like they're 3-year-old girls.
Evane will go back and say, "They said it's north in the hills and that it's kind of hidden and we have to squeeze in."
Kesson, can
Well,
you
as good as I
squeeze?
I don't think so.
Well, we might have to move whatever we have to squeeze past, which is fine. That's not. I look at Dr. Boom. That's not an issue, right?
It's no problem.
We're good.
Kayla sits down and picks up a couple of your empty glasses and puts them on a tray. Anything else I can get you guys?
No,
Okay,
I
then.
am good for now.
All right. Well, just let me know. And she moves on and cleans another table.
Are you
Someone
talking
walks in the
about
front
that?
door.
Are
She
you
goes
talking
in to
about
help
that
them
old?
check in.
Oh.
Nope,
You're talking
done.
about that old artificer saying about long enough lever can shift the planes.
What?
Something one of our visitors said once.
This is not a saying I'm familiar with. We typically like to say, "In quiet lagoon, devils dwell." This is our. Maybe it is my family. I don't know, but I've
Well, it's
never heard that
definitely
one.
not Gond.
No, it is a family saying. It refers to how do you say gut feelings, intuition. It is just it is a thing, you know. People say these things. They make no sense, right?
I mean, he was talking about very long sticks, and that made more sense to me than what you just said.
Well, that is called a lever in fulcrum. You see, and he'll just go into this long like explanation of how force works and how you. Yeah.
Evane will be listening very intently to what he's saying.
Okay. Well, time continues to pass. A few more people come in, take a seat, look a little disheartened at the fact that there's nothing to eat here. But they fill up on drink and then turn in for the night. Kind of early. We're hitting about 7 o'clock now.
Do we go tonight or do we rest and go in the morning? It may be wise for us to rest up.
I would say we could rest until it's about what 6, 7.
It's about 7 in the evening. Yeah.
We could probably rest and then wake up, right before dawn. Then go.
We paid for
Be
rooms, so
nice.
we might as well use them.
Right.
And it'd be
Agreed.
nice to see this haunted place in the daylight.
I mean, before we see, after we see it at night.
Yeah. See it before the sun comes up.
Mm-hmm. Evane will drag Faye and say, "All right, let's get some rest, and we'll meet you guys down here at like 3, 4."
4. You people want to kill me? Yes, I'll be down here at 4.
Oh, it'll be perfect. The moon will still be up.
Sweet.
A little tipsy. Faye follows behind Evane, but is doing a little dance, and with her hooves, you just hear.
Oh, Vane's holding on to Faye's hand and kind of is kind of swaying with her as well.
Yeah, lightweights.
I know, right?
Meanwhile, I drank 2 tankards of ale that are
Yes,
almost
you
as big
did.
as me.
Courtesy of me.
Yeah.
You know, like a responsible adult in this party.
So I think here is a good time to take a quick 5-ish minute break. And we'll pick up at 4 in the morning, apparently. So we'll be back. And with that, they slayed the green dragon. Welcome back. There have been no dragons, green or otherwise. They're maybe in their dreams because they've been asleep for 8-ish hours. You all benefit from a long rest.
Bless.
And use whatever method you choose to wake yourself up around 4-ish in the morning. You go downstairs, and Kaylisa is up. Don't know if she's been up all night or if she only got a few hours of sleep, but she is up and seems to be putting out like little mini fruit platters and some more crumble cake. Seems to be their breakfast amenity selection.
I'm gonna kind of come downstairs and kind of half drag myself. Do you have coffee?
Morning. Of course we have coffee. Give me one moment. How many?
Like
Two?
this? What big coffee?
Big coffee. All right. Yeah, absolutely. One moment. And she heads back towards the kitchen and comes back out a few minutes later, and she has two rather large pots of coffee and a couple of mugs. She's balancing all at the same time. She's a wonderful waitress. Tip your waitresses, people. Comes out and lays it all before you. You are the first ones up this morning, so take your pick. If you need me, I'm going to just be reading my morning paper.
Thank you,
And she
Kalisa.
You're a lifesaver.
puts
And I will
paper on
take-
her arm and walks away.
I'll take a cup of coffee and go pick on some of the crumble cake.
Okay.
Evane will drag a. She pulls out this kind of canteen. It looks like a normal canteen, but she pours the coffee directly into it, and she'll hand it to Bjorn and say, "I have a feeling you're going to need this later. It keeps it warm."
This is a great invention. You know, there could be an argument. Maybe there are other things to do with artifice other than blowing things up.
That's, what I've been trying to say. But, I get that you favor making things go boom. I mean, it's in your name.
It is, yes, it is in my name, but I still like doing that. But the coffee is it is really close.
It's the small things that make it bigger, right?
It is.
She'll turn back around and start nibbling on some fruit. Evane's very chipper in the morning, generally.
Yeah, Bjorn is not.
What's the moon out? Like, what phase of the moon is it?
Let's see.
Roll for
side-
lunar cycle.
As a side note,
It is a waning moon.
is
Side note.
it a waning
Gibbous or
crescent or
crescent?
gibbous?
Crescent.
Mm.
He's like, damn it. Moons here are shaped, they're like squares.
It just forms into a line right before it's a new moon.
Like blinds.
Kessim is also unnaturally bubbly.
Oh, so you're a morning person too?
Well, more a moon person.
That's fair. This is where I tend to get all my best ideas, is at this time, for whatever reason.
Oh, I've been awake for like an hour. Did everything I need to do. I am all set for the day.
Yeah, she woke us up.
Do you need
Stack
some
still back it
coffee?
up.
No, Stack said I'm not allowed to have caffeine.
Well, he's asleep.
Zach's still asleep, my friend. Trust me. It'll give you a good pick-me-up. God knows I
Okay.
need it.
And I pour myself some coffee.
I do need a Constitution saving throw from Faye, please.
Seven.
You're still a little tipsy.
Love it. She walks down the stairs and you hear her strutting going. And she gets to the bottom of the stairs and she looks at Evane and she goes, "Good morning."
Evane's like, "I miscalculated how long you needed to sleep," and she just hands her a cup of coffee.
She sits down and has the coffee in her hand and just goes, and just like chugs the whole thing.
Nice.
Oh God, you guys are gonna be like Hammy from Over the Hedge when he has the energy drink,
Oh my god, that is a throwback.
right?
Evane will pull out a bunch of papers and she's like, "So I worked on these in the last hour. I don't know if any of them are any good, but when you get a chance, Bjorn." And she just hands him a stack of papers that's like her ideas.
Of course, my friend. When I've not right now, I'll put it in my pack.
Of course, I get that this is not your inventive time. This is definitely mine.
I just why? Like, why would anyone get up at this time?
My mom kind of forced me to get up to help her open the shop early in the morning, so naturally I wake up a little bit before so I can do some of my, you know, creative energy
Mm,
jazz.
I see.
yeah.
I like to sleep right now. I wake up during the day, which is odd because, traditionally my people, they never see the light of day, but I don't know.
It gives you a clear end, so I could see why you try to abide by it, I guess.
I don't know, man. Our family is like a party hard through the night and sleep into the evening kind of a thing.
Oh no, we woke up very early.
Yes, we did.
Should we go
Let's go.
Yes.
grab
And I'm
any
gonna
food
pour more coffee and bring it with me.
into the canteen?
No, I'm just bringing the mug. I'll bring this back. I'm just gonna carry the mug with me.
I mean, you
Well,
can,
you already have you gave me a
yeah,
canteen. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, you
chug.
could take the mug too if you feel like you need more.
I
But
forgot you gave me a canteen. Yeah.
We're gonna be those people who use heat metal to make our drinks hot.
yes.
Uh-huh.
What are you talking about? I'm already doing it.
I don't think anybody has prestidigitation, do they? Well, Stack probably does.
Stack does. That's it.
Evane will grab some pieces of fruit. We already have a ton of crumble cake. But she grabs some fresh fruit on the way and we'll head out.
Okay. So you are heading out north along the long road. Who is going to be the leader in this quest?
Me,
All right.
Evane.
So you have directions. Based off of those, I will allow you to make a survival check to see if you can navigate this well-traveled road with signs.
Can I help her?
That's it. I mean, you can. It's not necessary.
Okay.
Sure, but you can describe to me how you're helping.
I walk behind her and just hype her up. I'm going behind her.
Roll with disadvantage.
No.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, can I just tap her on the shoulder with guidance real quick?
Straight roll 18.
Okay. So it's fairly easy to see. There's not very many rolling hills that these young men described, but they are off to the left side of the long road. And as you start climbing the first one, you take a moment to peek around, and you feel confident that you are in the right spot, but it's going to take some investigation, especially with the low light and visibility that you have as a human, to find the entrance to the supposed tomb.
Can I use my can I take out my orb, my little marble again and emit the light and see if I can help me investigate where we need to kind of squeeze through or push away?
Sure. Now it's going to be an investigation check, please.
Cool.
While she's investigating, I'm gonna tap Kate on the head with Vigilant Blessing.
It's a 5.
Okay. What does Vigilance Blessing do?
It just gives Cade advantage on initiative rolls, and it just
Okay.
sticks around.
And you can do that at first level because cleric.
And I can do that at first level however many times a day I want because cleric.
Ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, you said a 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Yvain, you walk over and you find a rather large square-shaped rock in the grass. And you motion to your friends to come over, and you take a minute to look at it. And you're like, I'm just not sure, like, if there's hinges on the door, like how this opens, how to get through it. But sure enough, you have found a rather large rock slab in the hills.
Bjorn, I don't know how this guy actually got into the tomb, if it's underground. I kind of need some help. She's still holding her little light, but it's, she's just kind of lost.
Do we have like a general map of the area? Like that would kind of show the topography or,
I
just
believe
in
I
general?
sent you guys in handouts.
I'm
Like
just saying our
the
characters. What our characters have.
Yeah, and Bjorn especially because you've been on the road. You would have a map of probably all of Greater Sword Coast.
Okay. So taking what she has done and the information that we were given, do you think would I be able to look at the map and try to kind of like extrapolate where I think it would be?
Sure. You can make another survival check.
Survival.
Oh,
I
wait,
was
let me
hoping
help.
for. Okay.
And how are you
And
helping?
I am casting Eyes of Night, and I am giving my 4 companions dark vision for 300 feet for an hour.
Wow. That's awesome. I
Let me
already
save
have
some
dark vision,
things
but
on
I
this
can see
next
a
map
lot
really
farther.
quick. So you're in the right spot. You know that Yvain has directed you to the correct hills on your map. This is the only hilly region of this section of the long road. As far as, trying to find any more specifics as to how to find this tomb via your map, you aren't quite sure
Okay.
that your map is going to be helpful in this instance.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Kate is like, what was in that coffee? I can see for forever.
I can hear colors.
I can see sound.
Cade, we've literally done this before.
Have we?
Yes, when we were traveling here, remember?
Well, warn a person.
Sorry?
I'm cranky in the morning.
I look at Faye and say, do you want to potentially dance around, light up some fires, like see if you can, I don't know, use your skills?
Use my skills to what? Entertain? And she does little things.
I mean, you always do that really well, but more for finding the entrance.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I can look for the entrance. Yeah. And she does jazz
Yvain,
hands
I'm
as she
pretty
dances
certain you
around.
have found the entrance. You just don't know how to open it.
Oh. Well, I think this is it, but do you... She takes a second. I wonder if force would help? Cade, do you want to try to help me lift this?
How thick is that door?
Oh, this is where I was telling you earlier about the lever and fulcrum. Remember the lesson from earlier?
Mm-hmm. Do you have something to use?
I do not.
I don't either. Does
It would be
anyone...
useful here, though.
I have rope, if that helps.
No, we need more, like,
I mean,
solid piece for tension.
Well, actually, I have a crowbar.
Oh,
That'll work.
I like it.
I'll pull a crowbar out and I'll hand it over to Cade.
Okay. So you're trying to lift this slab?
And
with your
Yvain's
crowbar?
kind of directing Cade to like use the force and what Bjorn taught her to kind of help.
TM
Nerds.
inspiration to Alexandra because she beat me to it.
I'm just standing back,
already
like
have
dipping
one.
pieces of crumble
Okay,
cake in
well.
my coffee.
I'm just that nerd. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I loved it and I appreciated it. So thank you.
I didn't even know what I missed.
Oh, all the force hand
Rewatch.
motions
Oh.
happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a athletics check,
Okay.
Kate.
With
please.
advantage.
Do I get advantage because Vane is helping me find the correct point at which to put this crowbar?
Sure. You can have
Cool.
advantage.
I hate to burst your bubble, but you're playing with a whole bunch of nerds.
Hmm.
Well, it's a good thing that was at advantage because the first one was a 1, but the second one was a 19, which means a 24.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Nice.
you wedge your crowbar under the slab, and with Yvain's help of like pointing out the best spot to insert it, you give a forceful push, and the slab flips over relatively easily, and there is ground and dirt and grass beneath the slab of rock.
Cool.
No opening?
No opening.
Wow.
This
As-
is our tomb.
As the shenanigans is going on, Faye is not paying attention whatsoever and is just like perusing the area around us, trying to see if she can figure out how to open up the tomb. Because she doesn't recognize that they think that they know how to do it.
Okay. Make a perception check.
9.
You think maybe if you get some like long enough weeds and you like wrap them together into almost like a firm board shape, maybe you could slide it under and like wiggle the slab out. So you can start collecting like cattail weeds if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Okay.
She braids them into like a daisy chain, and then she like takes them and puts them around her head.
All right. Please put in your inventory 1 cattail daisy chain crown.
Like I look at all the dirt and I'm like, man, somebody already filled in the tomb. Guess we
No,
can't go in.
Don't get discouraged. It might not be that specific place. Yvain wants to more closely inspect the rock to see if there's any writing on it or anything like that.
Sure. I'm not going to make you make a check. You investigate with your friends this rock, and it is just a oddly rectangular rock.
What else is around?
I mean, in this little section of the hills that you are in, the grass is rather long. In fact, Cade, it's up to about your chest area. There's a few fireflies out. There's the sound of crickets. There's a couple early morning birds who are getting their start. But not much else.
Can we go deeper into the hills? Is there kind of like a natural path we could zigzag through?
Yeah, we'll say that this hill you're on, continues its descent a bit, and you can reach the crevice of the valley in between, and maybe follow that path.
Okay. I'll gesture to the group. Maybe we should keep looking. I mean, we can always come back here now that we know where it is, but
I think we should keep going.
Okay. So let's do a group investigation check now that everybody can see in the dark and everybody's looking.
25.
Nat
5.
20. Isn't that your second natural 20 of the night?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
it.
it is.
An 8 minus 1, which is a 7.
Yeah, I also got a 7.
And Faye got a 5. So most of the group heads a bit eastward through these little hills and see something, sticking out even further past the grass on the horizon. So they start headed that way, convinced that that's what it is. And Bjorn just sort of casually happens to look over to the left and sees a slightly ajar entrance to a tomb about 10 feet away that everybody else has walked directly past.
Hey, it's over here. It's literally right next to us.
Oh, good eye.
It is the coffee.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Now that everybody can see it, a dark rectangular hole gapes amid the grass and vines of a nearby hillside. A stone door can be seen ajar in the tunnel's dim depths. The door bears chiseled marks that might once have been a name.
Well, it looks like this is the place.
Do we want to try to slip in? Cade, do you want to try to go in first and we'll be right behind you?
Oh no, we lost
Oh
Cade!
no! I bet their cameras are all funky.
Probably jacked up Twitch.
Yep.
And we're
Hey,
back.
she's back.
Back.
All right,
Hello.
thank goodness.
Ah, the glory of phones. Yeah, I can slide in and maybe like wedge myself in so that I can make it a bigger path or something.
Sure.
Faye follows
I-
right behind, trying to squeeze at a small.
I'm just gonna take out a little carabiner and tighten that noise that noise that the lids on thermoses always make, that noise, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook the carabiner to it and hook it to my belt
Okay.
as we head in.
All right. So Cade, you're technically a small creature, is that correct?
Yes.
For size purposes? Okay.
Yes.
You were able to sort of squeeze your way in between this opening of the door in the tomb. Faye, I need a dexterity check, please.
A natural one.
Okay. You are confident that you can fit. You saw your companion do it, and you sort of mimic her moves. And you start with your left leg, get your hip through, are able to squeeze your butt in, and can no longer move. You are now stuck partway between the inside of the tomb and the out.
You've had too much honey.
I don't. Hi. I need. Can someone help me, please?
Faye tries to give her a push in. Or,
So Faye
fucking
attempts to
Evane.
push herself.
Evane.
It's okay. I did it earlier with Stack. I called him Cade.
It's fine.
Yeah, I thought I could, and then I didn't, and
Do me a favor and wiggle a little bit as I'm trying to push on you, okay? I'm sorry if this is going to be, like, up in your space.
that's okay. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I don't like it very.
Evane tries to push her through.
Okay. Make a strength check, please.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. Just straight strength.
Yep.
18.
Okay. It is not comfortable in any way, shape, or form. And Faye ends up with a couple of really nasty scratches along her back and right butt cheek. But she is sort of pushed and comes out with almost an audible pop sound out the other side. At which point, let's move you guys to the new map. Because some of you are in. You should be all the way down at the bottom. It should just be you guys, is all you can see at the moment.
I can see all
Yep.
of us.
I can see all of us.
Yes, but
Okay.
not the whole map.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And is our new map up on Twitch?
Now it is.
Yeah. All right.
But
Perfect.
everybody has super dark vision.
Yeah.
This is true. So I'm going to give you a bit more. But currently only Cade and Faye can see what I'm about to describe to you. All right, inside the door is a descending flight of stairs, 15 feet wide, running straight into the hill. 15 feet later, it opens out into a chamber, which you can't quite tell the dimensions of. It looks about 40 feet across the room, at which point you see a large orange door. Inside the room is a stone block table. Stains and marks on the slab suggest rusted objects were once arrayed on it. And directly across the entry passage is a closed and severely rusted iron door, but still ornate. It can be rusted and ornate at the same time. So, that is what you see. Can I please get a passive perception? I know 16 for Faye. What is it for Cade?
9.
All right. So Cade notices everything that I described. Faye, you notice that there appear to be a couple objects behind the door.
Behind
The door
the door
right
we
up here
entered?
at the top. Yeah, the one that kept you stuck. Yeah, up here where you squeezed your way through. There's some objects keeping that slab mostly closed.
Faye turns to them and goes, and she picks up whatever it is.
There's a couple chairs. There's a mysteriously wet bedroll. There's some canvas, some poles, a couple pots and pans. There's quite a bit, and they've all been wedged behind this door.
Faye particularly picks up the bedroll and by 2 fingers, and she goes, "Ew!" and she throws it at Cade's face.
Okay.
And
Can
then
I-
she. Go ahead.
Can I get a dex save from Cade, please?
Yes. Rude. It's a 16.
All right. It's very large, but you are very small, and you see it coming a mile away, so you just duck out of the way.
Oh, thanks. I was gonna look for that.
Well, I found it for you.
Thanks. Is there other stuff?
I don't know. Do you think if we moved this, it would open the door so our friends could come through?
Maybe. Don't
Should
know.
we try?
Sure.
Okay. So Faye immediately picks up the chair and puts it over her head and just tosses it.
Okay. What's her strength?
9.
For shits and giggles, let's get an attack roll from you.
How do I do that? Just
You're gonna roll a d20, add your strength modifier, because I don't believe you are proficient in
no, I am
unarmed
not.
strikes.
In chairs?
And
Mhm.
chairs.
Chairs.
Unarmed strike 6.
Okay. So it doesn't go very far. It actually lands about halfway down this descending staircase. But it hits and then continues to roll with a satisfying couple of thunking noises. You're not displeased with the outcome. But now it's just sort of sitting at the bottom of the staircase.
I mean, we could easily just blow this up if that's,
No. No. No.
Well, why not? We could just tell them to steer clear.
This
Something
is
about
a
desecration.
viable solution.
Yeah.
Why don't you use your... She screams through the hole. Why don't you use your crowbar to, like, push
Oh,
it open?
Did Cade give the crowbar back?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
You can
She
also
prob-
just slide it back through.
Yeah. No, she probably
Yeah.
huh, and then just like tossed it aside and looked at what was like in there, so you probably could have picked it up off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll try to use the crowbar then to pop it open.
Okay. Before that happens, though, Cade, does a 17 hit your AC?
Yes.
All right. You are turned and looking at this door that you're trying to figure out how you're going to open when you are stabbed through the backside of your left shoulder with an arrow. Take 7 points of piercing damage.
That's aggressive.
And then everybody hears a "I sleep."
How many points piercing damage was that?
7.
7. Ooh.
I know.
And a half ogre comes into view and is going to throw his javelin at Faye.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Misses terribly. Still rubbing, one eye is rubbing gunk. One hand is rubbing gunk as I mess up my makeup out of his eye, and it goes off wildly. And that is our surprise round. Let's roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Let's
All right.
This is
clear
no
this and start over.
Click your token as a reminder.
Oh yeah.
Nope, forgot to do that.
I didn't do that. Should I roll again,
Next
or
time.
will you do it?
If you just click your token and roll again, you can change your number to what it was the first time you rolled.
Can you?
Yeah, you just click the little number and edit it in the initiative tracker itself.
Oh, I did not know that. Awesome.
It's kind of a pain in the ass though, because if everybody does it at once, it's like
Oh my god.
they fight over who gets hit enter first.
Oh, got it.
That would be why the 10 times I was putting in this initiative for the half ogre, it wasn't taking. All right. So with that, we're going to be at the
Hold on,
top of the
16.
initiative.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
everybody, right? 1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Dr. Boom,
Just
you're
slide
up.
me. Just slide me above Yvain.
Okay. So
let's
am
do
I
that.
I'm outside the tomb though, right? We can't get through the door.
That is correct. Your medium-sized companion was not able to successfully make it through the door.
I have a. This is not a good idea. I have this vial of goo from the burned acid-covered bandit that I've recovered.
Okay.
Can I try to use it like grease to give myself advantage to like slide through the door?
You're going to pour it on yourself?
Yeah. Just like on the
Okay.
areas that are going to contact, like my stomach and my back, to scooch through the.
Sure. You can apply it and see what happens. I will let you roll advantage, whether or not I take the advantage roll. We'll see.
Okay. What am I rolling then to try to get through?
It is a dexterity, essentially a saving throw.
Dexterity, and I'm rolling advantage. It won't roll advantage. Why won't it? There it goes. A 16.
Okay. I rolled percentiles to see whether or not this was going to have a beneficial or a negative effect upon your person. Luckily, apparently, gooey humanoid rubbed on body acts like a grease. So we will take the
Excellent.
16. And your action and bonus action have been used, but now you are on the other side, and you do have movement left.
I will stay where I'm at, and then be like, it was not how I wanted to start my day.
I mean, he did say that it was damp in here.
Cade,
yeah.
you're up.
Okay, so, I turn around and I look at the big ogre guy, and I'm like, "Oh, this will be fun." And it's showtime, so I got to rage. So I'm gonna use a rage for my bonus action, and then I'm going to charge forward as fast as my little halfling feet can go, which is 25 feet.
Okay. Let me give you more visibility, because now you are in. Great, hold on. Okay.
Cool. And then I'm going to, because I'm still pretty far away, I'm gonna throw one of my javelins at the ogre thing.
Okay. You also see off into the corner is a Gerblin.
A Gerblin.
And
Right.
she currently has a short bow in her hands.
All right. So does a 23 hit?
The half ogre?
Yeah, the ogre, big guy.
I'm sure it does. Let's find out. Yes, it does.
Cool. So that's 9 piercing damage, plus 2 points of rage damage, so 11 points total.
Okay. And can you move yourself to where you ended up?
Yes. Should be where I ended up. At least it's like that on my screen.
Okay, because right now you're not adjacent. What did you use to hit him?
Oh, a javelin.
Oh, the javelin.
I threw a javelin.
Sorry, I was doing behind the scenes stuff, and I was like, they're fine.
Just like ran forward holding a javelin like a pole vaulter, and I just went, ugh.
Beautiful. So you effectively teach him how a javelin is supposed to be used. And he is not well pleased. Now he does have another javelin. He just there's no his turn. He is fuck it. He's gonna pull the javelin out of himself and turn around and throw it back at you.
I respect it.
That hurts.
I bet.
Misses wildly. Again. He's still mostly asleep and now in pain. And there's a javelin now landed over here somewhere.
Our music bot dropped.
Oh no,
Yeah,
our
I'm
music.
bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
God, Groovy.
Groovy, come back.
You can blame it all on me. He will lumber his way over. And he's just sort of glaring at you. But he can't do anything else this turn. And it is now Kessam's turn.
She is going to carefully put down her backpack, which has a tiny stack in it. She would like to. Can she look in and see this giant half ogre?
You got some very interesting voice stuff happening right
Yeah.
now.
I am very sorry. My laptop's unhappy with me.
That's okay.
Better now.
You can peek in and maybe see a direct line to here, but no, you're not able to see the half ogre.
Say it again.
I'm in trouble because all my spells need visual, and I'm not locking the door.
Can you try to shove?
I don't want to block it for everybody else.
I think everyone else is inside already, except
Besides
for.
me.
Oh.
I will try to get in.
You're trying to squeeze your way in?
Yeah,
Okay, can I get a dexterity check, please?
sure.
All right. You go to put your head through, and your forehead just sort of hits, and you're like, "Oh, my head isn't gonna squeeze in." Anything else you'd like to try to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw a bless on anybody I can see. So we're gonna go. If I could see through to Cade, Faye, and
Yeah. Evane is still outside, right? She hasn't squeezed her way in, so you can definitely hit her. You can not hit Faye because she's behind the door. She was chucking stuff. I will let you. We'll say Dr. Boom just squeezed his way in, and then he didn't move anywhere, so we'll say he's there. So you can hit in a line, Evane, Dr. Boom, and Cade.
that's what I do.
We are blessed.
You
I
are
like it.
blessed.
Okay. Let's give you guys a little. Where's my little icon that I love so much? Little heart with the circle. Heart with circle. All right. You guys are blessed. Evane, what do you want to do?
Evane will look at Kessam and say, "Can you try to help me shove this out of the way?"
Yes.
Okay. Evane will attempt to try and move the rock with Kessam, so that way it at least creates a bigger opening for them to try to get in, even if it doesn't fully move out of the way.
If you're trying to use Kessam's assistance, she would have had to declare that on her turn. You can do that next turn when she has said that her action will be held until then.
Gotcha. Can I attempt to just do it myself?
Yep.
Okay. I'll say, all right, hang on. Let me see if I can get this. Athletics check, I'm assuming.
A strength, yeah, athletics is fine.
That's gonna be a 15.
And a d4.
Oh. 18.
All right. You do successfully manage to push it open just far enough that a humanoid can walk through it. It is
Cool.
still not slid open fully.
Okay.
But
but I can fit in now.
You can. That was your action. You do have movement and bonus left.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of. I know Bjorn is like there, but can I kind of like run past him?
Yeah, I allow free movement through ally spaces, so he can just push himself back a bit as you walk past.
Okay.
And as you slide past me, some of the goo that's on my back rubs up against you, rubs off on you.
Gross. Evane just kind of like fully runs in. She's like, ugh, gross. And then stops like at the altar when she gets in because she kind of tried to get a running head start to try to make it through the gap. And now she's at the altar and looks around and is like, oh shit. And that's it.
Okay. It is now the Gerblin's turn. The Gerblin is holding its little short bow. He says, "Intruders! Leave! Intruders!" When nobody immediately moves, because they can't, because it is still her turn, she's going to attack. She will shoot at Evane, because that is the nearest thing to her. She's actually going to back up a few steps and push her back up against this door here. And 17 to hit Evane.
Yeah.
All right. You are going to take 3 points of piercing damage. She hits you, but it's just a grazing blow. And she like bares her teeth at you.
Evane will do the same back.
Okay. Faye, it is now your turn.
Faye casts Create Bonfire on the half ogre. So he needs a deck save.
Okay. All right. On the half ogre. 2.
2 points of fire damage.
All right. His little pinky toe catches fire for a moment. Like, oh! That's about it.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Dr. Boom, we meet again. What are you doing?
I'm measuring. I can reach. I am going to unholster my my gun,
Okay.
Pearl, and I am going to take a purplish glowing canister and shove it in the end and take a shot. I'm casting Mind Sliver on the goblin.
Nice.
So she needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
5.
That is not. She did a 13, so she takes 2 psychic damage, and subtracts a D4 from the next saving throw she makes before the end of my turn.
Okay. Your next turn.
Yes.
I just want to point out that our cameras are messed up right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cameraman.
That's because Stack woke up.
Stack woke up.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Causing problems everywhere. Can we fix that problem? Do we know how? Oh, it is fixed. Okay. Whew.
You're just in the wrong spot.
Stack, let me give you a token here. You are currently waking up inside of a backpack on the outside, outside, in really tall grass outside of a tomb of sorts. So you are here, but you are outside.
Okay.
Let's get you on the
And you're
initiative
the-
tracker.
You're the only one without dark vision.
I'm coming.
What is Stack's dex? Do we know?
14. Here, I rolled an initiative.
So
Yep, that sounds about
Well-
right. 3.14. All right, perfect. So
Ouch.
Stack is in the tracker.
159.
Cade.
cool.
26535.
8979.
So
That's literally the end of the numbers I know. Damn it.
84646832795. That's it. That's all. 488. and then
Miranda
that's it.
and Nikki, please both take DM inspiration. Alexandra, you already have some.
Beth, I cannot roll ones. So
Okay.
Oh yeah, lucky
Sure, halfling luck. Go right ahead. Okay.
That's a 15.
15.14. Let's reorder.
3.14 was so much better.
But your sister is still before you.
Yes.
That's fine.
Cade,
Tis my
what
turn.
you doing?
So this half ogre just came up to me, and tried to take a hit at me, and so I'm gonna smash him with my great axe. Just
Okay.
pull it off the back of my back and just.
All right. And you attacked last turn, so you're still raging, so you're good to
Yep.
go.
Okay. That was an 18 hit.
It sure does.
I could have rolled bless for that too, but anyways, it's 11 points of damage.
All right. You take a pretty fierce swing, and you get him in his thigh. It's about as high as you can reach, but it digs in really deep. And this poor ogre, who has just woken up rudely from his sleep, might I add, is looking really poorly. He's not having a good morning.
No one jabs me in the back.
I mean, to be fair, you started this.
I started nothing.
No, him. I mean, he.
Oh.
The Gerblin started it, but
I
I
was
didn't
like,
know.
okay.
Oh
Yeah.
well, whatever.
But now it is his turn, and he is not happy. But he is not very intelligent, but he saw what you just did, so he's going to do the same thing. And he reaches behind him and pulls out a battle axe and goes, "Stop hurting me!" And goes to swing. 17 to hit.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Man,
That's-
Miranda, that's bad axe.
Oh my
he
God.
almost did max damage. 22 points of slashing damage.
Halved to 11
Because you're raging.
because I'm raging, but
Thank God.
I am unconscious now.
Does the 11 put you at negative your max health?
No, it puts me at a -8, which
Okay.
is
Jesus.
only a little over half my max health.
Okay. Thank God. I thought I just killed you.
It's fine. Stack would just have to go through.
We would have lost Stack all over
Stack would have
again.
had very serious character growth to go through.
Kessam, you see, Kessam. No, you're still outside. You see nothing. My bad. You see a little bit of wiggling coming from the backpack you have gently placed on the ground.
Well, I mean, she could see me because she cast Bless. Yes. So she could see.
She could
he
still
kinda
be
looked
at
in.
that. Well, I mean, people were going in and out of the
That's
door,
true.
so I assume she moved back. But for purposes of storytelling, she can see through and see that Cade, one of your little halfling buddies, is seemingly dead on the floor.
Get smashed.
I would like to fix that and
Okay.
cast Cure Wounds.
Which is a touch spell, unfortunately.
Oh, crud, I can't get in. I have to get in.
Well, the door was pushed open wide enough that a medium-sized
Okay,
creature,
so-
and for some reason, dwarves
Furbolgs
and
are medium.
firbolgs are both medium. They are the same. So please, feel free.
I run to here and just 9 points of healing.
Okay. But you are no longer blessed, I'm gonna say.
Yep. And I'm not raging anymore because I went unconscious.
Yep.
Just wake up, peel my face off the ground and be like, "Thanks, Cassim."
Stack. You have been left outside by all of your friends who have run in, and you hear cries and screams, and you feel innately that a piece of you is hurting.
Oh shit! And I wiggle out of the thing and run inside. Can you guys hear me? Okay, is the volume all
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
You're good.
And I see an ogre, and I see my pro sister. And I'm gonna.
You do not, because everybody else has dark vision cast on them.
Dicks.
Do
Okay.
halflings see in darkness?
No.
They do not.
You can see 5 feet in front of you.
Well, Faye cast create bonfire, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a concentration spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a little itty bitty toe that has caught on fire, and connected to that toe is a half
It's-
ogre.
And
Right.
the sister is next to that toe.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a bad idea. And I pull out a little prism and a crystal and move them together and conjure energy, casting Witch Bolt onto the ogre.
Onto the ogre. All right. What does he need to make? It's an attack.
Yeah, 24.
That'll certainly hit. Yep.
Nice.
All right, let's do some damage. 4 lightning.
Okay. There's now a what color is your lightning gonna be?
Purple.
Okay. There's now a purple band connected between Stack and this half ogre. And the half ogre sort of for a moment. And he like mouth opens to scream again, and just blood comes pouring out. He's still standing, but he almost wishes he wasn't.
Nope. And I step back outside.
Evane,
You need to keep line of sight on Witch
you
Bolt.
break line of sight on Witch Bolt. I will let you retcon that, but this is the only time I'm telling you.
Oh, you can, once the concentration's up, you don't have to maintain sight.
Yeah, you do. It's burned me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think you did for Witch Bolt.
You do.
It's a creature you can see. I think.
Oh,
Burned me so many freaking
it
times.
has total cover from you. Okay, I'm going to.
That's what darkness is for.
I'm going to hide in Bjorn Square.
Sure, you can do
Because
that.
we're halflings.
Evane, you're up.
Evane will go up to the ogre and try to. You see her porcelain arm kind of start to like light up with blue lightning, and she like reaches out and touches the ogre.
Okay. That still hits.
Yes.
He is
Cool.
very big, easy to hit.
It is 4 points of lightning damage. So you kind of see just blue lightning come like start up top and then go through her entire arm. Like you see her kind of runes and designs on her arm light up in very bright blue, and then you just see lightning kind of, come out and add to the purple that's already around the ogre.
And that is the last thing this half ogre ever sees.
Ooh.
To be fair, I did a lot of damage before I got knocked out.
And then Evane will actually move and start heading towards the goblin. So she already moved 5 feet towards, so yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. And it is now the Gerblin's turn. It sees its pal go down. And she yells, "No! Intruders leave!" And is going to shoot another couple, or one, because it is not a very strong Gerblin. one more arrow at Evane. For another 17. I'm rolling in
Damn
17s
it.
tonight.
Can I spend my inspiration to make you reroll that?
You certainly can.
'Kay.
14.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. So she lines up a good shot, and she's feeling pretty confident in it. But then her like thumb moves, and it throws the arrow off course and shoots off to the side.
Worth it.
At which point she's going to move over here. All right, Faye, it is your turn.
So, question: can I see the goblin from where I am?
You cannot. This map is very dark, so I apologize for that. But to the right of you, these little green squares are actually like the top-down view of a wall. So you'd have to come at least to the bottom of the stairs to have line of sight.
So, can I see from like here, or do I need to go 5 feet forward?
You can peek your head out and see. That's fine.
Cool. So, from here, Faye rubs her lucky horn, puts her hand in front of her mouth, blows her create bonfire straight on the Gerblin.
All right. And remind me, do I need to roll?
Yeah, it's a
Dex save?
Dex. Yeah.
Nope. Fails horribly. How would you like to kill her?
You just watch as these embers flow from her hand, and they travel through the air, sparking, getting bigger until they come and they hit her chest, and you watch as the flame hits her in the chest, and she just is consumed from the middle out. And then you watch as the embers just like they keep going up and up and up, and suddenly they just all start falling down until there's just a pile of ash on the ground.
Nice.
Awesome.
So with that, we are out of combat.
I'm gonna walk up
Congratulations.
to Faye, and be like, you are an interesting little goat lady. Please remind me not to get on your bad side. You have beautiful horns.
Thanks. They're like magma, and she just like cups them and looks at him like,
I lift myself off the ground. So, I found Faye found the guy's bedroll that he left here, so this must be the place.
Evane will walk up to the doors that are rusted but still ornate and see if they are locked or not.
Okay. How do you want to inspect them?
She'd probably first just try the good old, pull and push to see if it gives way at all. If not, she'll see if there's kind of a locking mechanism that's in place.
Okay. Can you move to where you're doing that, please?
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Okay. You touch this gate. We lost a Kendall. And we have no Miranda. The stream is so fucked.
There we go.
Okay, we're good. We're good. It's okay.
Weatherman.
All right. So you go, and the second you touch the gate, despite what this picture depicts, a ghostly, almost armored, hello Kendall's chin, armored figure seems to emerge from the gate itself. He has a long sword at his side, and he's holding the shield in front of him. And he turns and looks at you, Evane, and says, "Please do not disturb my master's sleep."
Oh, you're protecting someone?
I was his squire. Please allow him his rest. He has earned it.
Yvain will kind of look back to the rest of the party. Who was he? The writing is gone from the entrance.
Turns his head and sort of like stares out. Turns back. He was my master. I do not remember his name, but he has earned his rest.
Yvain will step back slightly, like probably 10 feet, to show that she's kind of like right now respecting his wishes.
Okay. He just is going to move over the center of the door.
Yvain just looks back at the rest of the party and she's like,
Kesem has been fussing over Cade and does the mom arm to like push her behind her.
But it's the
Um,
spookin'.
This in the middle, that's a casket or a tomb?
It's just an altar of sorts. It's basically a stone slab on a pedestal. It has some dried blood on it, but nothing else.
Okay, so the assumption then is that he's guarding the doorway to his master's tomb beyond. Okay.
I've been a little bit out of it. What exactly are we trying to accomplish here?
That is a good question. We heard ghost story in tavern while you were asleep and decided to come here and investigate. We don't really have a goal.
Oh,
Okay.
Van, give him his money.
Cade has it.
Cade, give him his money.
Heck, I have money now.
Okay, do you want me to hold on to yours for you? Because you're not the best with it.
I also have your share. It's from the bandits that we got. We
Oh.
both got 10 gold each.
Yvain is standing there.
Hold on.
Well,
Before
yeah,
we
go
move
ahead.
any further, you're handing over all 20 gold?
Yes.
I
Okay.
didn't have that in my inventory earlier.
Can I please have...
I mean, not right now.
Okay.
But I'm just informing him that we got 20 gold.
Okay. All right.
It's like, we have money now. We have stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
We're here to investigate ghosts. That's
Yeah.
a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a spookin'.
Is the spookin doing a heckin'? Is it being bad?
I don't
Not right
know.
now.
It scared
Not
the
right
crap
now.
out of some dude in the tavern. I was like talking to him, and apparently that bedroll back there is his. And he said that it's damp because it's damp in here and not because he peed himself. So
Okay, that's probably a lie. So do we just bring his bedroll back, or do we kill the spookin?
I don't know. I'm
Why
not
are
the
you still uneasy, Spirit?
I am not uneasy. I am performing my duties.
Is this your sole purpose, or did you have a life prior to?
He again looks off. Back. I remember my master. He was my life.
Can
Now
we
I am
all
his.
hear this conversation?
Yeah, he's speaking out loud. In common.
So Bjorn will step forward a little bit. So you stand here guarding a door. for a master whose name you can't even remember, whose deeds you also can't remember. Sounds like a very lonely existence.
It is my duty.
Might it be better for you to pass on, Spirit, and go to the afterlife? You deserve your rest as well.
Then no one will guard my master.
No one even knows who your master is. Why would he need to be guarded?
You do not know who my master is, and I do not know who my master is. But someone may.
Why must you protect him?
It is my duty.
Was he good?
I do not remember.
Well, what about you? What do you remember about you?
I was the squire to my master.
Yeah, but like, what was your name, or like when thing?
And again, he looks off into the distance. And he looks back. He called me squire.
DM, this is an area that's somewhat near my hometown, right?
Yeah, it's a few dozen miles away.
Would I have heard of any kind of tall tales or ghost stories in general about this area? And would it ring a bell?
You can make a history check.
Okay. Um, 16?
Okay. You know that Red Larch has never been known for outside of a few calamities as far as nature is concerned. There's never been anyone who called Red Larch as their home and that person had any sort of real renown outside of Red Larch. For someone to be interred here, they have either been interred here for centuries and the stories have been lost, or he wasn't very important.
Okay. I turn back and say, honestly, I don't remember any stories about this guy. Or it's way back when, like ancient.
Well, then I ask the rest of you. I mean, why are we here? Do we try to go in and kill this ghost, who is obviously not going to leave, or do we leave ourselves? We have no goal here.
I think we leave the dead to rest.
But he is not resting.
Would rest if we left.
He would linger here for eternity until he goes to the afterlife. Is that really a rest?
No.
I personally feel that helping him pass on would give him a rest. It would be doing a good service, but outside of killing him, I don't have a. This is not my area of expertise.
I really want to go up and poke it.
Can I make a religion check to see if what he said makes any sense?
Sure.
Oh,
22, nat 20.
nat 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
What you know from the religious viewpoint of ghosts is that most of them are considered to be unnatural. There are many gods who are dedicated to the natural course of a being's existence on this particular plane. And a lot of them believe that once a person dies, they then pass on to another plane of existence in some format. And that the fact that this one is still here defies the natural balance of things. And that many times when this happens, it is either due to some sort of vengeance on the being who is dead's part. They swore a vendetta against somebody and it was so powerful that they stuck around, that they swore an oath that they are forced to upkeep, or that they have been cursed. So do with that information what you will.
Yeah, this seems like a category 2 kind of thing of making an oath.
Are we able to help him pass it all? This is not my area of expertise.
It's not my goddess's domain. It's not what we were trained to do.
If I could interject, if we came here to investigate, fix ghost problem, maybe we just the ghost, you know?
We are speaking same language, Stack. I agree. I don't know how else to deal with Ghost.
Yep. I make my way up to the front. And, like, so, like, you're not going to let us in at all. What if we were like, we're not going to touch anything? Would you let us in then?
You may not enter my master's tomb.
Yeah, seeing that Cade's on one, I'm gonna climb into the backpack.
But like, he's a ghost. Can we just like, walk through him?
Yeah.
You-
Because I need to stay consistent, please make your acrobatics check.
Oh,
Is
you
Kessim
do
helping
have
or not?
advantage because Kessim is
I will
helping.
help. I will just give him a boosty.
All right.
There
Do
you
we-
go.
can we just hand wave these out of combat and just be like, it takes you forever and it looks awkward? Like,
I imagine
No,
she just literally
no.
just
Because at some point you are going to roll a 2 and it'll be the best thing that has ever happened to me.
It'll be like you're like climbing up and Kessim turns the wrong way and you get flung.
Yeah,
off of the
it'll be
back of it.
amazing. I can't wait.
Kassim sneezes
Yeah.
ejection.
and headbutts you.
Oh,
All right, I apologize, Miranda. What was Faye's question?
It's just a ghost, so like ghosts aren't like hard. They're like cheese. Can't you just
Evane will walk up and check for traps.
Okay. How do you want to check for traps?
So obviously touching the door activated the ghost, but is there some sort of like triggering mechanism near the door handle that would potentially like kind of hurt her if she tried to enter?
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Mm. Mm, 9?
It doesn't appear to be.
Good.
while that's going on, Stack from his perch takes his glasses off and just kind of wipes them and looks at Faye and goes, "Well, actually, so ghosts or specters, as they're commonly referred to, are actually they exist in a quasi-ethereal state, meaning that they are both present and not present at the same time, per their choice. They can walk through walls, or people can walk through them, but they can choose to be corporeal and things like that. That's why they hurt you, or how they hurt you, rather."
So we can't just walk through him then?
No, not if it's his choice to keep us here.
Okay. Well, at least someone knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
At this point, Bjorn takes a puff of his cigar, shrugs, pulls out his pistol, and shoots a firebolt at the ghost.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
I've had enough. Gun solve everything.
21. Or
21
fire
does
damage.
hit. And he is now lit up. And let's roll for initiative.
Sorry, guys.
Don't forget to click.
Pessim's just horrified.
Does Cade still have advantage on the
Got the same
initiative?
thing as last time. Look at that.
Yeah.
Cade does still have advantage.
Yay.
Yeah, I think it goes until Kessim gives it to somebody else.
Oh, I
Get
didn't
it,
know.
Miranda.
Because she went.
What can I do with
unconscious.
this?
I didn't have a chance to re-up it since the last combat.
Oh, that's true. I did go unconscious.
Hey,
You all-
you know what? Natural 20 on initiative is underrated.
It's the
I have to
only
do it
thing I've
each-
ever had a natural 20.
My understanding was that it just stayed on that person, but let me
It
double
gets
check.
used up if they fight.
Mm.
Oh, so it's like a preparation thing for an hour, basically.
No, I
Yeah.
get to do it literally all day, every day, but it only
Yeah.
sticks to the last person until you use it, and then I have to stick it to you again.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Okay, so did you roll twice, Cade?
No, I rolled once.
You rolled once, so we'll keep it there. All right, let me put this in descending order. All
Miranda,
right.
it won't be your last 20. Won't be your last natural 20.
Faye, you just saw the specter get engulfed in flames. What do you want to do?
Okay. 1 second. So Faye, where she is, and casts. Oh no. I can't cast 20 feet. She moves.
I mean, couldn't you move closer?
And
What
she
I'm
get
trying to do.
on the altar?
I move to here. Oh. Cursor. And I cast her resistance on Dr. Booth.
Feels nice.
Okay.
That's my roll.
Do I get resistance to something?
So once before a spell ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number to your save.
Cool.
And that's not concentration, right?
It is concentration up to 1.
Okay. Awesome.
Guiding bolt. It has to make a save.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's a ranged spell attack. I lied.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Oh no.
All right.
The crits.
So,
Damn!
What?
And it's an undead, a spirit creature.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it
okay, so
probably-
let's do this the right way.
Extra damage.
Roll percentiles, please.
Yep.
She rolled 3 6s and a 5 on that crit damage. I just want to point that
Oh
out.
my god.
That was ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Hey, Nikki, it looks like my chain lightning a little bit.
Cool.
$41.
All right, so nothing fancy happens. But
Second time we were eluded.
23 plus 16 is how much? 39?
Mhm.
39.
Yeah.
39. And what does it do special against undead?
I didn't see a special against him.
I think it's
undead are vulnerable to radiant damage usually, so it would be double damage.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
not some of
Yeah.
them. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know if Guiding Bolt did anything in particular.
Not in the spell description, but
no.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's more
of
of
the
a-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 types of things that he is resistant to, Radiant is not one of them. So how would you like to kill it?
He just poofs, and she's just
Okay.
horrified. This is like mom flipping a car instinct. This was just protect the babies.
Okay.
Whoa. Kessup.
I think that's
so
the
cool.
fastest combat I've ever had.
That was so cool. I didn't know magic could do
Sweet.
that.
You have got to show me how you do that.
Yeah.
Don't think it's something I can teach you.
Oh, no. I'll do the math. I just need to watch it.
Yeah. Kessup can make the big booms too.
I don't think it's a math problem.
Yeah, you just
It's
say that.
not.
Everything is math problem.
There is
Every-
math all around us. The
Every
whole world
math is a
math.
problem.
It's all.
Look, I would normally agree with you, but the things that my mom does are just not explainable by math, and it's very similar to what I see in Kesem.
Yeah, I went to a lot of acolyte training, and there was no math.
See,
Just-
Just,
Sounds like a
That-
door coming.
Sounds like my kind of training.
just because you did not learn the math does not mean it was not there. It is all around us. But I digress. We should open this door.
Or we could take
Door.
the next several hours and I could explain ley lines and arcane equations and the merger of planes so to get you a better understanding as to where your magic comes from.
Evane will walk up to Stack and say, "That sounds fascinating, but I think we should open the door later."
This
Or, like,
is
right
what
now,
happens
and
when
discuss
he
that
wakes
later.
up from naps. It's
You're
just
the one that had coffee.
info dumps. I know. Hey, Stack, I had coffee.
Okay.
Come on, let's go open the door.
They told me I should, so I did it.
Speaking of, you want to try to push open the door?
Yes.
Yep.
Kessem's just gonna pat and goes, "It comes from my goddess, sweetie."
I'll explain it to you later.
All right. So what are you
Alright.
doing?
I want to try and open up this door.
All right.
Shove it open.
How do you want to do that?
Well, as they said, do you just want to open this door? And so I'm just like, yeah. So I put a shoulder down and I just run into it. Like battering
Alright.
ram, run into it.
And you end up 5 feet on the other side of the door because it is not locked.
Oh,
Hey guys, it wasn't locked, but that was fun.
I knew that. It was just heavy.
If you need help ramming things, I got the horns. I can help ram into stuff, you know. Let me know.
I am
always
also
like-
good at ramming things.
We like a good ramming.
Beyond the rusted door is a square room, 40 feet by 40 feet, containing a stone coffin. The ceiling is cracked, allowing roots and water into the chamber from multiple points, and a cave-in occurred at some point in the not-too-distant past. Little collects here. At the coffin's feet is a rusty iron chest.
DM, as I enter the room, Evane kind of rubs both of her hands together, and you see kind of this blue light start to trickle through her hands, and she'll kind of hold them out. I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Certainly. It's within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. So I can see a faint aura around any creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I know what school.
Okay. Nothing dings off of your radar, at least in front of you. Behind you, your companions all flash a few variant different colors.
Okay, she's going to walk forward towards the altar and see if there is anything.
Okay. Um. So it only lasts. Oh, it is concentration for 10 minutes.
And
you
that is
don't see
current.
anything.
And we'll bop Kate on the head with Vigilant Blessing again, so she's got her advantage back on initiative.
Yay.
And you can't do that to more than one person at a time, right? You just do.
Evane will have the blue magic kind of like dissipate a little bit since of presence here.
Okay. So I'm still a little confused on the job. We came to investigate Ghost. Ghost is dead. Are we grave robbing, or what's the next bit? Because I don't know if that's the best idea. That's how we get new ghosts.
I mean, we decided we needed cash. Is 10 gold enough for you to
No,
do what
no,
you
no,
need?
not at all.
There could be
And
gold
we
in
did trick the
chest.
constable that we found less than what we actually found, and we got to keep some of that. But
We lied and it was horrible.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know what you're
still
talking
have
about.
13
details.
gold and 54 silver.
Okay, I'm just a little confused. I can take a closer look at some of this if we need to. But I don't know what we're supposed to do.
I want to go up and whoa. Why is the whole map moving? That's not what I wanted to do. Why is it moving the whole map? Neat.
It shouldn't be
go.
moving the whole map.
I was trying to move my token and it was moving my whole map. I'm gonna go up and take a look at the chest. Just I want to investigate the chest and look and see if I notice any like mechanisms for light traps.
Sure. You can make an investigation check. Okay.
22.
There doesn't appear to be anything waiting to spring from touching it. You investigate the seam of it, and it looks like there's not even anything like waiting on the inside. You can see a little bit into the inside of this chest. It seems to be just an iron chest.
Okay. I'm gonna go up and open it.
Okay. It contains some ruined cloth, the sodden remains of a book. About it.
Nothing valuable. If there is, it would probably be buried with the night.
Make another perception check for me.
20.
Get it.
Based off of your previous investigation check, you are moving some of these items around, and you notice that you studied this box. It seems like the inside is a lot further up than you would expect it to be. Like, it doesn't seem very deep.
Ooh.
Okay, so I will kind of run my hands around the edge and see if there's like a false bottom I can lift out.
Yeah, the wooden slab moves easily. And beneath it, you find a gold chain with a locket. And has a very well maintained half elf female etched into it. And you find 2 rings that are made up of braided silver and electrum.
Okay. I will say, well, this is the ticket. Yes. Look, I found necklace and some valuable rings, possibly. There's a woman on this locket. Does anyone recognize this? Does it mean anything?
Evane will look to see if she knows.
Okay. You can make a history check.
Round 2. Let's try. That's a 17. That's better.
You have no idea who this could be.
Damn
Okay.
it.
Face.
Can I look at the book?
There are remains of a book. It is very damp. And a big chunk of it separates from the rest of it. But there are remains of a book.
Since Yvain is detecting magic, does the locket or the rings glow?
I
She
stopped.
dropped it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you said that there was a book that was super wet and soggy? Take me over there. Take me over there. Please?
As a side note, like when I got within 30 feet of it, I didn't sense magic from it, so.
Well, I didn't know if it was because it was hidden down inside of another chamber, if you would have been able to see it or not. I wasn't sure if detect magic works through.
1 inch of common metal blocks it, so.
But it's it. Okay. All right.
I would like to cast Prestidigitation to warm the book to get the water off of it, and take the book, see if I can make something of it later.
Sure. It's currently in 2 halves, so you have 2 halves of a sodden book.
Okay. Is it? Was that effective? Did it dry it off in its regular paper now?
Yeah, I'll say. It took a couple castings of it, because it's been here for a while, and this room has the cave-in, so water has been rushing in, and it is at the bottom of a chest, and the chest has rusted away. So, I mean, it's been soaking up water for quite a bit. But after about 30 seconds of magically drying it, it's all dry now.
Yvain will gesture to Stack. May I?
Huh?
The book?
Yeah? Hand it over.
She casts Mending on it to see if it puts it back together in one piece.
Oh, nice.
It does. The binding of it, like the rope that's been used, like self-twines itself around both halves. It is now what once was a leather covering is now all in one piece. It's not pretty, but it is now whole.
Yvain hands it back. Here you go.
Thanks. Tuck it away.
Franken book.
I'll give it a look through to see if anything jumps out at me, like the first page, last page, something in the middle.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
If common and halfling, but if I don't recognize them, I will. I do have it. I will start ritually casting comprehend languages.
Okay. Yeah, you do not recognize this language at this time.
All right. 10-minute timer.
While he's doing that, I will go look around, look around the tomb, and look back to everybody. Do we look inside, or do we cut our losses?
I think we leave the dead be.
But can I see those rings?
Yes, you can see them. They're quite pretty.
Please.
Faye looks at the 2 rings, and she turns to Kate and goes, "They're sparkly."
Sparklies.
And then she takes both of them, and she takes one and puts one on each of her horns.
Nice. I was just gonna suggest that.
Yeah.
Yvain would start to ritually cast Detect Magic to see if she could see if any of the things that are now either mended or out in the open are magical.
Sure. Is anybody else doing anything while these 10 minutes pass?
No, just
Faye is
puffing a
just
cigar.
like roaming and like staring at the walls.
Okay. So we'll fast forward about 10 minutes.
I cast light on my glasses to have a little reading lamp.
That's hilarious.
It just.
So we will resolve detect magic first. Nothing pings.
Cool.
The book. Can you please display comprehend languages for me? I want to know how much information it gives you.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot.
Did that go through?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you still don't know what language it is, but you can read it.
Okay. Could I sort of try to determine the language? Or is that not?
You can do like an intelligence check.
I got some of that.
He's very smart.
Not that smart.
No, you've never seen writing like this before. It's very interesting. You can maybe see some weird influences in maybe like a Elvish or a Sylvan language, maybe?
Okay.
Just the way the writing flows. But you have no idea what it is. But and most of the book is very difficult to read because words have faded over time. The mending didn't bring back the ink. But from what you can glean, it appears to be a diary of sorts. And most of the pages you read are written as if they were like love letters to someone's wife. Her name is Josephine. He mentions her a lot.
I'm just going to close the book. Cassim, we should not be reading this. This is personal and private information about an individual who has since died. You should put it back in the box.
You know what language it's in?
Can I open the book and see what language it's in?
I mean, Evane, I think I'm assuming that the locket, like she's been able to see it since was trying to detect magic and sees that it's a half elf. She's assuming by process of elimination that it's probably Elvish.
What languages do you speak? Oh, here it is. Common, Elvish, Giant, and Sylvan. Yeah, I printed out your character sheets. It was just in a weird spot. You cannot tell what language this is.
Interesting.
Can I tell what language it's in?
All right, you guys pass around the book to everybody.
We really shouldn't be
celestial.
I stare at the book extra
We're
long.
letting
and
Nobody
really
knows what
hard.
language it's in.
We're letting their love story live on. It's not intrusive. They're dead.
It's not intrusive if they're dead.
That's the one who's wearing their wedding bands on the horns.
See, I'm letting them live on.
I don't think.
I didn't even pick up on that until
I
just
didn't
now.
either.
But those were wedding bands.
No.
I was waiting for a religion check.
Didn't.
Next time.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got it, guys.
Maybe we put all the stuff back.
But it's sparkly.
I know, but it's not our sparkly.
Well, they're not using it. It was in bottom of box.
That doesn't make it ours.
It doesn't make it theirs.
Very certain it makes it theirs.
Okay, but if we don't take it, we got rid of the guard, so the next person is just going to take it. So it should be us because we know their love story and we will, we will respect the love for Josephine.
Gold Girl has good point.
I agree.
That's a logically sound leap. Mm-hmm. We steal it to protect it from being stolen.
Mm-hmm.
See, the little guy knows what's right.
I could melt this down to make.
I
I
don't
start
think
going
we
over all these components that I could make with it.
I don't think we should alter it. I think we should keep it in its form to keep true to them, but we keep them with us.
Yeah, we're gonna steal the declaration of love.
And we could spread and further the love if we were to sell them to somebody else while still maintaining the respect of the individual items.
I agree.
We'll see how much it can fetch us. We can get it appraised and decide that at a later time.
Do you think Endrith would like it?
Endrith?
Mr. has lots of rooms in his house, Endrith.
Oh,
Oh, sparkly
like traded
man.
for the staff.
I
He
don't know,
might.
just an idea.
Maybe he knows, because I mean, he's in the town, so maybe he knows who Josephine is.
Again, I mean, at a base level, we can always get it appraised and then add that extra value and bargain with him.
It's
Feel
a
a
good
little
idea.
weird about
I
that.
have some shopping I'd like to do anyway.
Evane will add the. Well, she'll actually let Faye wear. Do you want to wear them?
Oh, they're already on my horns.
Can you get them off? I guess is the question.
Oh yeah, yeah. They just like because her horns are like C shaped, so she just like popped them on, and she can pop them off. If she
Okay.
wants to.
Okay. I mean, if you want to wear them for now, that's fine. But if we start getting looks when we're in town, you might want to take them off.
Okay, if I'll give them And she turns to Stack. She goes, "You hold stuff all the time for him. I'll give them to him if something goes wrong."
I think we already get a lot of weird looks in town.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, looks like, oh, I'm gonna rob you, not, oh, that's a weird group.
There's a difference.
Yes.
I mean, I've gotten strange looks my whole life. When you look like this,
Same.
it's hard not to.
I get it.
I think it's because you're famous, though. That might be.
It's not because I'm famous. I was not famous as a child.
Oh.
Well, it seems like we're almost done here, but I feel like we should give it one more look before we leave. So Faye tries to like climb on top of the basket box or whatever it is, trying to like look and see what's happening.
And tap dances.
Oh yeah, you
Evane-
hear her hooves.
Evane will look for any kind of like writings or inscriptions, either on the walls or rooms themselves, or the, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do Faye first. You can choose athletics or acrobatics to climb on top of this tube.
Natural one.
Ceremony.
Oh.
All right. So you are so excited to get up there. Athletics, you are pushing yourself up with your arms and you're trying to like hoist your butt up. And your legs are kicking out from under you. You go to hoist your butt up and you don't get back quite far enough. So you actually end up slamming to the ground, your feet splayed out in front, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. 3 points of embarrassment damage, but I can't, that's not a thing, so bludgeoning.
I cast Goodberry and eat 2 good berries.
Welcome to Goodberry. Would you like a Goodberry?
Evane, by the way, did as she's like starting to inspect everything, she put the locket in her bag.
Okay. You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
I would love to. Thank you. Natural 20 plus.
Wow.
It's 24.
Okay. So you investigate the walls for a bit, and there doesn't seem to be anything. But as you get closer to the tomb itself, you see some indentation in the top, in the lid, and you lean a bit closer to take a look, and you can tell that this stone has actually worn away a bit over time. And there's not an inscription so much as you can see in a couple of very tiny locations that there is lead underneath this stone.
Would I know why the lead would be there?
Not with an investigation check. You could.
History?
Sure.
Not so good. It's 9.
You're not really quite sure.
Do you point it out?
I do. Does anyone
You've
know
heard
why
of
there
this,
would be
right?
lead in this? I mean, from a religious standpoint or burial ritual.
Not from a religious standpoint, but from an arcane standpoint.
What
Oh,
would it do?
Lead is a good conductor.
Lead blocks magic.
That as well.
particularly divination magic, yeah.
Good to know.
Does that mean something is hidden inside? Are we back to robbing tomb?
Yeah, my curiosity is super piqued.
Yeah.
I gesture to Dr. Boom to hand Stack and Cade the crowbar. Let them go at it.
Oh, I'm not
I
doing
give
it.
it to him.
I'm in backpack.
Well, you don't want to try?
Nope.
She'll hand it to Cade.
Right. I remember what I did last time, so I
Mhm.
know where to put it. Gonna try and open it. Am I doing athletics for this? Yes. Oh, it's an 8.
All
Far
right.
heavier than it looks.
Yeah. It's lead.
You wedge it under, remembering how you did it before, and it was super successful last time, so you feel pretty confident going into this. You push all your weight into the crowbar. Nothing happens.
Oh well, guess there's nothing there. Let's go home.
Wait. Oh. Go ahead.
No, she's just gonna say, "Oh, come on, where's your adventure?"
Not here.
I think I need an older lever.
Actually, I
With
have
lever
another.
age.
It is not the age of lever. It is leverage. I have idea. And I'm gonna go up and I have pittance. I'm gonna take out of my pack, and I'm gonna hand one to Cade, and I'm gonna take one and take my hammer, and like hammer it into the side of the lid,
Mhm.
and then
Ooh.
hand the hammer to Cade and gesture for her to do the same thing. And do you do the same? I assume you do the
Yeah.
same thing. Okay, then I'm gonna take my rope out of my pack and try to like loop it around those spikes and say, help me pull. Together we could pull lid off.
My feet running as fast as I can.
Okay. So one of you make your athletics check with advantage.
I have a +0, so go for it.
Get it, Cade.
Okay. So. Nope. I rolled more than. Yep. I rolled 3.
There you go. There you go.
Did not mean that last one, but that
Okay.
other one was a 17.
All right. So can you guys position yourself up there for me, please?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So I would be behind Cade
Yes, and
as I'm pulling on the rope. I would imagine that she's in front pulling.
Are you going for is the one that has the lead the one up at the top or the one on the side?
I think it's the one on the side. Yeah.
That's
That's
what I
the-
thought.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The
No,
top
no,
is
no.
the.
It's up here.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
It's at the
I
top.
was
Sorry,
confused.
the room. This map was not actually from the campaign. I had to find one that best suited it, and then I
Mm.
made a bunch of modifications, and
Got
I
it.
forgot to take that room out. So it's a derelict room.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. So you do successfully manage to pop the lid off. But we are going to roll initiative because a sword comes flying out of it.
All right.
Magical sword. And I have advantage.
The great
Neat. I
Sword.
rolled a nat 1. I have a 0 for my initiative. I actually rolled, yeah, plus 0.
Wow.
Let's roll a nat 1. Cool stuff. My back is turned to the sword.
Oh, guys, we were all not expecting this.
No, we were not.
Can a sword be knocked prone? That's the question.
Stack, you're up first.
With that
Or
thing.
no.
Cade.
That's
Cade
sad.
is up first. Never
Oh.
mind.
Jesus.
Yeah, Kate has advantage too. And doesn't need it. Damn.
Battle
No, that was the
music.
advantage.
Oh, it was the second roll. Yep.
Yeah,
that's
it was
it.
my second roll. All right, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "We got it!" And then I see that there's a giant sword, and so I run up to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can just get up to it, and I'm gonna smash it. No, I'm gonna rage first. I rage out of excitement because it worked, and then I'm gonna swing my great axe at it.
Oh, yeah.
2 nat 20s in a row. Wow.
Wow.
Roll percentiles for me.
Woo!
Also, that
come
rage
on.
damage should not be doubled. I don't know why I did that, but all right. Percentiles.
Please let us get something good on percentiles.
One day it'll happen.
I know.
The magical sword
57.
explodes and you cannot loot it. Is
So regular crit. You hit it for a total of what is that? 16.
That's yes, 16.
All right. You smack into it, and it starts spinning wildly, and almost like dips down a bit, but then hovers back up again. Back.
my light's still cast, so I can see. Yeah, so all of like the dead and the rot that I assume is in the coffin kind of gathers around it. So that's a con save for the sword, I guess.
11.
That's a fail. So 2 necrotic damage, and if a sword could be prone, it is prone.
Well, the sword is dead, so it is not
Oh.
prone.
Oh,
It had one hit
Permanently
point
prone.
left from the crit.
yes. Back to the grave with you. Well done.
2 halves make a whole.
I recant my previous statement. That is the fastest combat I've ever had.
2
was
halflings make
like,
one whole dead sword.
By the time they get here, God, they're all going to be they're level 1. This might be too hard. No, no, it's fine.
Mhm.
So the sword deanimates and falls to the ground.
Kendall.
Oh no! Quick, do crazy stuff in the cameras because they may not actually see you.
We're on 6 for now.
Sorry, my boss just texted me.
Oh, you switched it really quick. Good for you.
Coming back.
He's getting it.
Okay,
Oh,
and now
switch
we're all
back.
crazy again.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
That's okay.
So the sword falls down onto the, not quite sure I would call it, corpse of the remaining person who was interred here. It is a skeleton with some very very frayed leather armor. Maybe a few wisps of hair left to the skull. Got some boots and gloves on. Seems like he has been dead a very long time.
Are the boots and gloves still intact, or are they like decayed and rotted as well?
They appear to be as weathered as his leather armor is.
Okay, get the sword.
Okay. I pick up the sword
Okay. It appears to be a longsword.
Maybe we put the lid back on and get out of here.
Well, we just opened it. Don't we want to check? See if there's more?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can check. I just hop down with my sword and I stare at it.
I want to warn her about tetanus, but I don't think I know what tetanus is.
Evane will try to feel around to see if there's anything else that's kind of like hidden or underneath.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Nine.
There's a finger that has fallen off the rest of the hand that you find.
Same. I don't see or feel anything. Anyone else want to try?
No, I really think
No.
that we put the lid on and get out of here.
This is where I draw my line. I will not. No, I'm good.
But if it's Josephine's husband, should we give him back his wedding ring?
Yes.
Faye takes the ring off of her, not her left side, her right side horn, and just holds it out to you, Vane. Go, I don't know what should we do?
Evane will. She's assuming that the finger she felt was probably she wants to check to see if it was the ring finger. If someone tried to pull it off of them.
No, it was a middle finger.
Even more fitting. I don't think it's serving him any purpose now.
Well, then they're friendship's rings now. You keep that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the casket or whatever they're called. I don't know, the tomb, and I'm gonna take out a copper and put one on each of his eyes. And then I will just very quietly say, "A word is silver, silence is gold," and I will kind of bow my head and then walk off or walk
Okay.
towards the entrance.
We should really put the lid.
Okay, do you want to help?
Yeah.
Vane will try to take the other side to try to push it back on with Cade.
All right. I won't make you roll. You guys can take the time, if you can't do it the first time, to push the lid back on.
Okay. Right, let's head back. It's probably dawn easily by
Yeah,
now.
it's about 5:15 by the time you got here and looked around and finally made it in. And that's where we're gonna end for tonight, is your journey back to Red Larch.
Woo!
Awesome.
Yay! Good job, everybody.
Yay.
Hey guys, time zones are crazy.
Okay, I'm glad you were able to make it just in time for combat.
Me too.
Got to take a couple killing blows and steal all the glory.
Yeah. My bad, everybody.
Let's really quickly do good thing, bad thing. We'll switch it up and start with Dinky today.
F. How did I know you were gonna say me? Good thing is that my rolls. So I actually, fun fact, I use my dice that I have specifically for a vein. They're blue sparkly sandstone, and I've been using those the entire time, and they have really been nice for me. I don't, the universe being like, yay. I don't know. It's good. It's fun. Bad thing is that I, as a player, kind of feel icky in the decisions we made. As far as kind of like keeping the rings and stuff like that, I am very superstitious in general, and like I just don't like the vibes that uh the rings kind of have. And I'm concerned that we probably shouldn't put them on or try to sell them as soon as possible. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Miranda. Good thing, bad thing.
Good thing is I didn't entirely mess up the stream tonight.
Yay!
Hey.
We did have a stream, and I figured it all out.
Yay!
So, worst comes to worst, in the future, if Kendall is not here, I am capable of doing this. I don't necessarily have a bad thing. I didn't roll great tonight. And there were a few transitions where I just definitely picked the wrong background and was like, I guess we're stuck with this now. So that's about it.
Let's hop over to Will.
Well, I mean, Miranda stole my thunder, but I was gonna say good thing was that you did very well with the stream being your first time. Um, bad thing, I think I made a couple poor poor decisions as far as Bjorn's character. But they were minor things. But I don't really have much bad to report, so it was fun.
Kendall.
My bad thing is California sucks, and I missed half of this because of the time zone, and that's really crappy. But the good thing was we got out early enough to where I could sneak in there at the end and play a little bit. It's really hard to jump into the middle of the session where you have no context for why we were raiding the tomb. So that was
But
challenging.
very true to your character.
Yeah, you
And
were
that
right the
situation
whole
we
time.
had.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, we really didn't have context for raiding the
Oh, we didn't.
We literally overheard a conversation in a bar. There was like, "Hey, there's ghosts there," so we just came here. There was no
Yeah.
reason to come here.
Yep.
Fair. Very much looking forward to explaining the math of divine magic and the interplanar connections and the concept of the divine gate among the pantheon to our cleric. That'll be fun. But yeah, happy to make it just in time.
Alex.
Although on that note, I feel like Alexandra gets so many things that she's very knowledgeable about get like explained back to her, and she's just like dying inside, like just engineering equations. Like I'm just like watching her face go math. But good thing. I mean, I did some serious damage, so that was fun.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. It was cool. Also, I liked the Kesemcade Fae talk that we all had. That was fun. Bad. I can't stop breaking character when I do things because it's so stupid. Every one-liner that I have put in, and I'm immediately like, no, and it's fine.
The
I'll figure
declaration
it
of
out.
love is the best thing that you've ever done. That was a masterpiece.
Literally, you guys were going to steal the thing so that it doesn't get stolen, and I was like, "You're going to steal the declaration?"
There's a map on the back.
All right, Alexandra.
Thank you, Alex, for noticing my pain that everybody in that inn should have died long ago from carbon
Yeah.
monoxide poisoning. I love the big mom energy of this character, especially because my other one is not this. But the other campaign is bleeding over because the storm took out my PC and I had to change through 3 devices today.
Oh,
Yeah.
yikes.
Sidon knows all.
Sidon knows.
Yeah.
The gods are always
He sees
watching.
everything.
Sidon
And-
saw that you were being mean to Artie and took it out on your computer.
Took out my desktop and now I have to actually fix my desktop.
That sucks. Did it fry your
That
power
does
supply?
really suck. I feel for you. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping just the breaker went and I didn't fry my power supply. So we're gonna find out hopefully after I move, because I don't have time to deal with it before then.
Oof.
On that happy note, my good thing is I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna do this because it was literally two like frat boys poking fun at each other at a bar, and you did it anyway, so that was fun. I had a couple of different things depending on, where you went, where you could have overheard stuff, or who you decided to talk to. So I didn't know that this one was ever actually going to happen. So my good thing is I put in a lot of work to get this map to work because I had to like piece it together from different things. So I'm glad it's all the light of day. The bad thing is sometime over the past session, I had a really funny thing that never happened because just didn't naturally happen. So I'm kind of bummed about that, and I'm gonna have to share it with somebody at some point in time because it's fucking hilarious. But such is the life of the DM.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great quotes out of tonight.
We
Yeah,
we
did.
did.
We did.
I can fit a lot of things in my mouth, but that doesn't mean I'm a piece of meat. That's still the best one.
Rocky's in chat said you can share it with me, Beth.
Thank you, Rocky. I will. I appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna for real end it there because it's almost 10 o'clock. Thank you. Come back next week, Tuesdays at 6, to see the new shenanigans. But you probably won't because we haven't promoted this in any way, shape, or form. So hopefully this is like December and we're like, hey, just hit the next one and you can continue the adventure.
Yeah. Back to your future self.
Yeah.
This set will
Beth,
be gone.
why
Yeah.
did you do that thing? For shame, Beth, for shame. This is past self telling you. Yeah. We are Power Word Play. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.